Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Killer Collab Podcast. My name is Tone Deaf of Florida, Tony D. I'm looking at Joe Davison.
Hi.
Yeah. And to my other left, Chris Lato from Reaper Films.
Third billing now.
Well, I was looking at, I thought he was going to interrupt me.
I should be first.
I thought he was going to interrupt me, so I was like, this motherfucker better not talk while I'm talking, because I'm not going through this again.
I was trying not to cough.
Try not to gag like you normally do. Okay.
Jesus.
No. Was
So
that his
bad.
name?
Yeah. Yeah, he works down at the tire shop.
Nice.
That should bring us to our guest. You know him from Godzilla King of Monsters and our favorite movie, which we're going to talk a lot about, Thanksgiving 3, and a bunch of other things. It's Mr. Alan Magnar!
Good
Was that a
morning.
yawn? That like went from like a scream, like a, yawn. Yeah.
He's all apathetic. Yeah, I'm here.
What's
I
up,
tend
buddy?
to do that. My name just brings people to yawn.
How are you, sir?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing good, doing good.
So what's the like over there in Florida? You guys are nice and toasty warm. Huh?
Beautiful.
No,
It's like
beautiful today. It's
low 60s today.
yeah,
It's like
Oh,
a
you guys are
perfect
probably
day.
about the same as.
yeah. We got
That's
a
done.
cold front last night, so
Yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah, it feels really
Yeah.
good.
Perfect day.
Yes.
Good times.
What is it out there in Cali?
About the same.
Yeah, I love California so much.
It's hit or miss for me.
Yeah,
Really depends
is it?
on where in California you go. Like,
I hated LA.
I
I like
spent it
San
up-
Francisco.
I spent a lot of time in San Francisco, but the weather is weird there. Like, their summer is like in September.
It's like
and,
always cold there.
yeah,
San
that's what I'm saying. It's always cold there.
When you're near the water, yeah, because you got that ocean breeze and stuff. But
Yeah.
Where are you at exactly, Alan?
I'm in Santa Clarita. I spent the last 12 years in Los Angeles, and then technically Santa Clarita still is Los Angeles County, but we bought a house, and so we had to go a little bit farther out in order to get one that's not $3 million.
Yeah, or like $6,000 a month in rent.
Absolute.
800 square feet, 4,000 a month.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like New York City. New York City.
You have a pull-down bed,
I want one of those.
and your bathroom's outside.
You know that guy Chuck next door? Yeah, his bathroom.
Yeah,
That's everyone's.
His bathroom. It's everybody's bathroom.
His bathroom is on bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Santa Clarita. We shot sorority a whole week out there. We shot 6 days out in those mountains out there.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
shot quite a bit of Alien Covenant up here too. It's
It was
a great air.
We shot about this time last year up in the Santa Clarita Mountains. I think it was 30 degrees
Ugh.
Oh.
all night.
It gets
straight.
cold.
all
Terrible.
night. Then we saw a ton of aliens. Full real story. Real
Yeah?
story. Yeah, we saw.
Did you video them?
I'm the only one who got it. The cameraman, Mike Sue, turned around to shoot him and his camera died, which was fucking impossible. And but I got it on
The aliens
camera.
did it.
And then our production
Probably can't hold it.
coordinator and producer, they ran to see if it was Elon Musk's thing. What's that called? Starlink?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
it like
the
runs these
satellites.
satellites.
Yeah.
Was not. It was on the other side of the planet at the time. We saw about 60 lights across the skies about 4:30 in the morning, and we stopped shooting for about 15 minutes and watched them just go through the sky. We had no idea. We had no idea what they were.
That
That's
shit's
the only
been
one who
going
got
on
it
a lot lately, man.
I was
Yeah.
the only one who got it on camera.
The thing I think is funny is
Let's
like
see it.
I don't. My daughter has. She's in the other room.
There's only an excuse for you alien capturers.
Oh my god! I'm gonna.
the thing that's funny is military. Like they got the military people.
You made him do stuff. How do you do that? How do you make him do stuff?
You ever noticed the military's been catching them, and like they have the worst video
They do.
of all time.
They do.
I'm like, everybody has a 4K camera in their pocket, and the Air Force has like these 1960s grainy Loch Ness monster cameras.
Yeah. Now he's got to look for it in his phone. His
Yeah, now I
excuse,
gotta
now his
go.
next excuse, I can't find it.
Now I gotta
I
go.
can't
to,
find it.
Now
I
I
don't
gotta
wanna
go
see
through all
the
my
clothing
newborn baby
picture.
pictures.
No, that was last night.
I have a newborn. I can't see if we can see it.
Right there.
I'm not up there. On
Oh,
the
that is an alien.
Oh, my baby. She just got born. All right, you guys
newborn.
talk. I'm gonna find this
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Like I said. Elia. Elia.
Are you doing Elliot?
Yes.
Elliot.
I'll be right here.
Ouch.
Hey, listen, that movie.
Elliot,
That
I'm turning
movie
white.
spawned one of the best songs ever written. So you guys can all go.
What song was that?
Neil Diamond.
Heartlight.
Who's that?
Turn on.
I'm
Who's
just- I'm-
Neil Diamond?
I'm just kidding. I was waiting for
I was
that.
about
I
to
saw
throw my phone at you.
Ghostbusters.
Oh,
That
yeah.
movie was fantastic.
Everybody loves it. I don't
Oh,
understand.
it was so
They're
good.
not old and cynical like you.
I thought the first hour was so
He's so hard to
drawn
please.
out.
So hard to
And
please.
like,
I need to be your wife.
Tell me, don't you think they could have cut 30 minutes out of that movie and it would have been
No,
perfect?
I wanted it
No?
to be honest.
Want it all. Give me all the
Yeah.
nostalgia.
It felt like it was just going in circles for an hour, and then it started like moving after that. I don't know.
It was
It's
the
like
first,
kind of moving.
franchise comeback movie that I actually thought was done well.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm in the minority. Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
They're going crazy for it.
What's your favorite movie of all time, Chris?
Pulp Fiction?
That's the problem.
Yep.
And
See?
you're a Tarantino person.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You just like
Let's
to
see your
watch
feet,
characters
bro.
talk.
You got a toe like that?
Ew.
Well, they just set a camera up in a diner and let it talk for 2 hours, and he's like, "It's gone."
Yeah. Pretty much.
I fell asleep at the. I went to the midnight premiere of Pulp Fiction. I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Probably because it was midnight.
I can't do.
All right, probably. Then I was.
I can't.
And you
I
were
can't
probably
do
high.
Tarantino movies. I just don't like his style. I just don't like.
I like True Romance, but that was directed by Ridley Scott, so
I like Reservoir Dogs. That was it.
that was his first like independent one. He only made that for $1 million.
Only $1 million.
Yeah, how? Fuck you.
I want only $1 million.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take only $1 million. Oh man, but like I said, his style I just can't. I don't know. I'm just not a fan.
Alan, you got me searching this thing.
Yeah, Tuddy's still looking. He's like, I can't.
It was accidentally deleted by the Men in Black last night.
Yeah, you were. What's the thing with the light?
A
Flashy.
little flash thing.
What's the flash thing
Mhm.
called? What's
The
flashy
normalizer.
neuralizer? Neuralizer. The
He
neuralizer.
calls it the little flashy thing.
The flashy thing. He's still looking.
So,
Oh, I'm here. I'm here. I got it. Okay.
speaking of classy movies,
Throw my-
you got this?
So I can see my camera up there. Make it bigger, so I can see what I'm looking at. All right. So this is last year, Santa Clarita Mountains. We're shooting Sorority of the Dam.
Can you see up there?
Yeah. I see it. We, our stunt coordinator comes running up to. I'm on camera. We have a cinematographer named Mike Sue, very well known, does a lot of film and stuff. He's there. We're all there. The whole crew's there. 30 fucking people. All our actors. We got actresses. We got Sarah French, and Catalina Waters, and we got all these girls in full witch makeup. And our stunt coordinator just comes running out of nowhere and starts screaming, and he says, "Look up." So we all just kind of glance towards the sky, and my heart drops because I've had nightmares that look just like this. And my best friend Jeremy, who was there playing the statue character, we just kind of stand there for a minute, and I look at him and he's counting. And I said, "What are you doing?" And then he stopped counting. He goes, "They're not nukes." I said, "What?" He goes, "I thought for sure they were nukes." He goes, "I figured they launched nukes, and we just didn't hear about it because we're standing out here in the middle of the mountains." He's like, "So I was counting. They should have hit us by now if they were nukes." I said, "Oh, good."
Wait, do we have just nukes dropping all the time?
Well, no. At that point
I've
last
lost-
year, we were really arguing with China. We're still arguing with them. He thought maybe China launched an attack, and we just didn't hear about it because we're out in the fucking woods shooting a movie.
Yeah.
So it was a probable solution to what we were looking at.
Maybe North Korea,
Gotcha.
but not.
I thought we were back in the 40s when we were like hiding under our desks at
So-
school every week. Or-
Right.
So I look up, Mike Sue pulls his camera off the hi-hat, spins around, and goes to shoot it. And he's like, "My camera just died."
Probably because it was 30 degrees in the mountains.
So no, dude. He was running fucking. His crew is tight as shit. We were in the middle of shooting a scene. Like, we stopped the scene to look at this fucking phenomenon. This is what I captured. No one else captured anything. I got this on my phone. I don't know if the audience can see it. Okay, see these lights right there? See the strand of lights?
Oh, the strand?
Yeah, see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, so I got these lights. They look like this. They're in a close up.
Like a nighttime chemtrail or something.
Right, it wasn't. It was 60. We counted the lights from the first one to the last one. There were 60 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is sideways. They're like this. They're
So they were flying across or up?
They're flying across like
Across?
this. This I turned my camera like this, so now my phone only shows them sideways. I fucking hate my phone. But here's the actual picture. Okay, there's no
I don't see it.
right. You have to zoom way the fuck in. Hold on.
Aliens.
I'm trying to find it. You can't even really fucking see it on like this. Anyways, so then I took and I lightened the whole thing up, and this is what it looks like lightened up.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's how it's supposed to be. They were flying across the Santa Clarita Mountains like this. Okay, Alan. Now, just below them is the top of the highest mountain in Santa Clarita. They
So was it outlining the mountain?
They were above. They were out of the stratosphere. They were in space. No, they were in our stratosphere. They were low, and they took up the entire mountain range. They were as long as the mountain range, and were moving like I don't know, 4,000 miles an hour, something like. They were moving fast as shit.
Yeah.
And the first one would blink, and the last one would blink. Boom, 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 boom. And that's how they were flying. And we started debating, and I said, those aren't moving in a straight line. I said, that's a circular motion, and you can't see the other lights. And why it looks like they're blinking is because they're rotating. The lights are rotating.
You know what? I've seen this before.
Yeah.
It's Santa and his reindeer.
Jesus. Alan. So our crew, they went and started looking up where the Skylink was. And they're like on it, and they come back and they're like, that's not Skylink. We don't know what that is. It's not in the sky right now. And I was the only one who got a picture out of it. Out of everyone there, I'm the only one who got a picture, and I'm the only one who believes that it's aliens.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like, it's satellites. We have satellites like that, 60 in a
60
row
in a row
that fly.
from, not going that fast.
Right.
Yeah.
It was something, dude. It wasn't earthly. It wasn't earthly.
That's fun.
Yeah. And you live right out there, so good luck.
I'll keep an eye to the sky, see what happens.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
So you don't believe in UFOs?
I've never seen one.
All right. That's
Yeah.
fair enough.
So, Alan, what was the longest amount of time that you sat getting makeup done? In one sitting?
UFOs to makeup.
Well,
So I want to end this UFO
random.
conversation.
Please.
with
okay.
Joe. So Joe, it's
Yeah.
not that I don't believe in them. I'm like Fox Mulder. I want to believe.
Yes.
Okay.
It would be cool as shit,
Yeah.
but I've never witnessed it, and I actually used to be a co-host on a paranormal radio show, and we've interviewed countless people about paranormal things, ghosts,
Yeah.
aliens, abduction, things like
Right.
that. Maybe one out of the hundreds seemed halfway credible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm very skeptical, but I wish it was true because it would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I agree with you. I've never seen anything except for that, and I don't know what the fuck that was, and I got to witness it with like my entire crew. So, I don't know.
Would you classify the alien encounters with supernatural? Do you think that there's any correlation between that?
I would call it. They blur. I think it's great because it's things that could exist,
Yeah.
but we don't have any proof of.
Yeah.
So I think they fall in a similar category when talking about topics, but when classifying subject matter, they're different. but I think they easily blend with it's like when you talk social issues and politics, they're very different, but sometimes they
Yeah.
blend because of how they're associated. And it's a
Yeah.
lot like paranormal and extraterrestrial. They're similar, but they are different categories.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see that. I could see
But
that.
that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I associate them both because, like, I mean, I think I've had experience with paranormal. Like, I believe I've seen some, figures and ghost figures.
Me too.
So I think, like, but I've never seen anything like solid. Like, I see shadow figures. I see like random things
Those are
happen.
mushrooms.
Well, I haven't done mushrooms in like 10 years, but
I did. When my dad died, when I was in Alaska taking care of my father, and he died in his home. The night before he died at like 6:30 in the a.m. At about 1 a.m., my brother who was up there, we were watching TV, and he like fucking jumped off the couch and ran into the hallway. And I said, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Dude, I swear to God, I just saw Uncle Bob standing in our hallway." Our Uncle Bob died like 20 years ago, and my dad's brother died of cancer. And I was like, "Get out of here! What are you talking about?" He's like, "Dude, I looked up, and Uncle Bob was standing in the hallway." I said, "We haven't even seen him, and I couldn't even tell you what he looked like." He goes, "I'm telling you, it was Uncle Bob standing in the hallway." Night goes on. Night goes on. I'm playing Drake. No, yeah, Uncharted on PS4, PS3, whatever, and it goes out. Bam! PS3 goes out, TV goes out, power goes out, all of it. Then comes back on, and we're like, "What?" So everyone goes to bed. I'm watching I'm taking care of my father at night. Everyone else sleeps, and then I go to bed in the afternoon. My mom gets up and takes care of my dad in the afternoon because he's bedridden. It's like 7. I'm making coffee. My mom gets up, and then I realize the compressor to his ventilator isn't working, meaning he's not breathing. And I didn't even realize it wasn't working. And then we realized, oh shit, he's dead. Right? So all that shit happens throughout the day. My brother is exhausted. He goes to sleep. My mom and I got to go into town to handle some things, whatever. We come back, and every cabinet and door in the house, the dishwasher, the washer dryer, every one of them is open. All the cabinets, all the drawers, all the oven, the fucking dishwasher, the washer, the dryer, all the bedroom doors, all the cabinets in the bedroom doors, the closet doors, everything is open.
Weird.
yeah.
And I started laughing as soon as I walked in because I thought for sure my brother did it because he and I watch like Ancient Aliens and shit, and we're very much into supernatural. And when they say one of the things is like cabinets open and close and shit. So I go to wake him up, man. I can't wake him up. He's out. And I said, "What?" I said, "Dude, stop being stupid." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I made him get up, and he looked. He's like, "I didn't fucking do this, dude. I didn't do this." Right? So that night, I'm sleeping in my dad's office, which is where I'd been sleeping. He was in a hospice bed out in the living room. I wake up, and my fucking dad is standing in the corner of the bedroom and reaches out for me like that. Wasn't a dream. Wasn't a fucking anything. I know what I saw, and it scared me enough that I'm a pretty fucking brutal. I'm a pretty solid guy. Like nothing gets me. That got me up and out of the bed and out of the bedroom, and I didn't sleep for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now when we talk to my mom, she guarantees he's still in the house. She guarantees it. She's like,
Yeah.
I hear him. She's like, I hear him in the house. I hear him.
I know that
popping.
feeling too. My dad bought a when him and my mom got divorced. He bought a condo, and it was a fully furnished condominium, and it had like all these weird statues and like witchcraft stuff. And I guess the person that lived there before him was into voodoo or witchcraft or some shit.
Yeah.
And so when my dad moved out and bought a house, I moved in there. When I left my wife, I moved in there, and it was always like it always felt like somebody was watching you, and you would see all this weird shit all the time. I had sleep paralysis. If you've ever had that before, that'll scare the shit out of you. That happened in that house. And then one night, my son was 3 at the time, and he was staying over, and he was in bed with me, and we're sleeping. In the middle of the night, I wake up, and I'm looking over by the doorway, and I'm like, "Hey, Bo, come on, come back to bed. What are you doing up?" And like he was just standing there. I'm like, "Come here, baby, come on." And I reached over, and he was laying in bed with me, and I was like, and it's one of those things where you're just like trying to open your eyes and focus, and you're just like,
Yeah.
it's freaky shit in that place, man. I
That's
don't know.
crazy. That stuff's
It's
so
weird.
cool. Like I hope that I get to experience something like that one day because that would be awesome.
It's
Yeah.
scary, man. I don't like
So,
it.
so you've never had an experience like in paranormal anything? Really?
No, I have. I've played. You mentioned sleep paralysis. I've played countless. I can't even tell you how many sleep paralysis demons or the Hat Man, things like that.
Mhm.
And so a lot of the people involved in those productions, because I actually have done recreations for a documentary where it interviews a whole bunch of people that have experienced that.
Yeah.
And all of them have very similar stories to you guys, and it's very interesting to hear it. And I've never witnessed or experienced any of it.
Yeah, that's happened to me 3 times, sleep paralysis. Like you wake up, and I think the phenomena is you wake up and you're still
Your
in
body's in
REM.
sleep mode.
You're
Yeah.
in REM,
Yeah.
but your eyes are open. And
You're still asleep, but your eyes can see everything.
yeah, and you can't move. Like you're paralyzed, basically. You can't move.
Yeah.
And you see weird like demons and shit, and it feels like they're like on you, holding you down, and you can't move.
Yeah.
And the last time it happened to me, it always happens when I'm laying on my back. The last time it happened, I was on my side, and you could feel a presence. I felt a presence on the other side of me, and I couldn't move to see it.
Yeah.
And it's freaking scary, man. Like that's the scariest thing that's ever happened to me.
What I've learned from working on a lot of those sleep paralysis things is when people report to the police things like alien abduction or home invasions, and there's absolutely zero proof.
Mhm.
A lot of times when they end up doing psychology research, it turns out that the person is
That's right.
diagnosed with sleep paralysis,
Yeah.
and so they had a dream of
Yeah.
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 That's I
Huh.
think a
That's
lot
basically
of
what it is. You're
I think
dreaming
a
with
lot
your
of
weight.
abduction stories are really people suffering from sleep paralysis, or some of it can't be explained though because someone's driving. Next thing you know, time's gone. They said they disappeared, whatever. But I think I think you just might be remembering when your birth, right? Like it's just something that flashes in your brain real quick all of a sudden, and then like time's gone by because you're like, oh, what the fuck just happened? But you're just remembering how you're born because that's exactly how you're born. Bright lights. There's a dude looking in at you. There's a bunch of people looking over here. Their eyes are big. You can't fucking see anything as a newborn.
True.
You can't see shit. You see in black and white for like 3 days.
I don't
Did you know that?
No.
A child doesn't see in color.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I
they
don't have
see
any
in
kids.
black and white
Oh.
for like until their cones take place, which is like a week after they develop. Which is why they look so weird as kids because they're like,
Right.
gaga,
What the fuck is going
Yeah.
on?
Wait, what if they like that?
gaga.
But how do they figure that out? How do they know that they can only see?
Science.
Okay.
I've always thought that too. Like, how do they know? Like, how do you know
We
a
have
dog can't
cones
see
and-
in
We
color?
got snow cones in their eyes or something.
I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe I read somewhere that for animals, when they test it, they'll do testings of food and stuff in colored containers, and however they arrange it, the color doesn't have an effect or a change on them.
Oh,
That's
okay. Makes
the
sense.
hypothesis behind that theory.
Yeah, they just use their scent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Alan, tell us more about yourself.
Half
Now
hour
that we
in.
have alien
No, we went up
abduction
on the,
Yeah.
and Santa Clarita out of the way,
Right.
Did you like Santa Clarita Diet? It's a great show.
Did you watch the show?
I've seen it. It wasn't for me.
Oh man,
That was funny.
I love that show.
It's a funny show.
Did you?
Yeah.
The third season was
as
kind of.
as a professional editor, it's hard for me to watch. There's quite a few Netflix original films that the editing to me it takes me out of it. It feels
It's like
like
a
they
Hallmark
hired
movie.
Joe Schmo in their
Hey.
garage who's their first time editing, and
Yeah. Agreed.
I hate editing. I'm just throwing that out there. I really do.
oh yeah, the
It-
worst thing in the world.
It is. It's it's so tedious. It's so like especially if you're a perfectionist too. Like you just hate every
that's the
cut.
thing. You can't be a perfectionist.
Exactly.
And be an editor, man. You'll
You
be
can't.
tweaking all day long for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's why I don't really edit.
Deadlines are for.
Yeah.
There's just got to be a point to where you're just like, all right.
I'm like that with everything in life, though.
It's
Yeah.
done.
Kids get a certain age. All right, I'm done. Go. Get out of here.
Well, that's why because a lot of the shows I edit, the network notes, they by contract only get 4 rounds of the note. They'll get a rough cut, a fine cut 2, and then a lot cut. Sometimes they end up getting a lot cut too, just because they're paying for it. But usually we try to stick to that. Otherwise, you're right.
You do a lot of editing, Alan? I didn't know that.
Unfortunately,
That's cool
yeah.
as shit.
No, it sucks.
That's horrible.
What do you use? Avid?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't get on Avid yet. I'm on DaVinci.
Yeah, I just made the switch to DaVinci, and it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, Avid's
Nice.
like the I it's just so much more different in Avid. When I look at a timeline in Avid
I've
and
never used Avid.
well, basically you see a bunch of like color lines on the underneath, and it's just I don't know. I don't even know how to explain Avid. It just looks unlike any other editing software I've ever used, and I've been editing since day one on like VHS, going to VHS. That was my first editing, and when Avid, I'm like, oh no, it just Avid looks like too much.
The linear editing was fun. I did the same. I learned on the U-Matic 3/4 inch tapes, and that stuff was fun to do. You know, it doesn't make sense in modern day, but it was fun.
I also learned how to edit from VCR.
Yeah, I remember because I was in like TV production in high school, and they had this huge machine.
That's a fancy high school TV production in high school.
Yeah, we had
You didn't have that? I had that.
Yeah, we had a radio broadcasting. Like I was on the radio there.
we did too.
We had a radio station.
Wow.
We had a TV network. Yeah, we did.
We didn't even have a computer. We were just slacked around.
Go get a switch.
I think you and I are pretty much the same age. So I'm pretty shocked that
Yeah,
you
I'm
didn't
old.
have
Where'd you
We
go to
didn't have
school?
anything in our
Like Korea?
A not so rich town in Michigan. So it's a very low budget public school.
The
Yeah,
fanciest
so
thing we had in my high school was the overhead projector, where they put the little slides, and then they had the slide thing where they click it and it'd go to the next picture. Yeah, that was about it.
Oh
That's
yeah,
all we had.
that's funny.
That's how old I am.
Yeah, we had a VA department, visual arts.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got to edit and shoot things. I was on the morning
Cool.
news program
yeah,
thing.
yeah. We had that too.
You know?
Yep.
Oh, well, like we're in high school. Today, Johnny's gonna run for office. That kind of shit.
And for lunch today, we have raviolis and green beans.
Don't forget
didn't
it's
We tried doing a news thing in high school. There was once where I don't remember how we did it. I think they just literally filmed it with like a VHS thing and just hit play over the TVs.
Uh-huh.
But we had the intro. We picked a song for it, and for some reason I was in charge of it. So I just had a little boom box and I put Rage Against the Machines in.
nice.
And this was like right after this was around, it was either in between Columbine and 9/11, or it was some reason where I was like very adamant about let's shut the fucking song off before it says the words bomb track.
Yeah.
Because everybody was on edge for everything. So I was just like,
Oh man, does everyone remember where they were on 9/11?
Yep. Car
oh yeah,
Oh, like
sitting in school watching it.
yeah, I was on the air. I was on the radio show at that time, and I was like, "Holy beep!" And our radio station went off the air. Like it was like nuts because we were just watching it on TV.
Yeah, I lived in a single apartment behind this gentleman by the name of Chuck Lanahan. He also goes by Chains. He's the lead guitarist for Genitor Torturers. I lived in a one-bedroom apartment that behind his house on his property. It was like a mother-in-law suite. And I didn't have cable. I had no idea it happened. I got dressed, got up, go to work. I was working at a restaurant called Hops. I was a waiter. And I got into work, and it was dead silent. And everyone in the restaurant was in the bar watching the TV.
Huh?
And I was like, what's going on, guys? Somebody get killed? And they're like, you fucking retard. And I was like, what? I don't know. What? What do you want from me, man? And then I was like, holy shit. Like, that's bad news.
Yeah.
And no one came in the restaurant that day.
Well, I imagine everyone
Not a
was like
single
on
person
red
came
alert.
in.
Everyone,
Yeah,
everyone literally everywhere was on red alert.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Man.
Anyways.
Anyway,
Let's get back to
We
Alan.
definitely, our age range has definitely encountered quite a few historic tragedies in our time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, how was World War II?
Yeah. I was gonna ask about the
Not
100
quite
Years War.
that old.
Oh, I keyed.
Did the Ottoman Empire?
Joe is a vampire. He's been around for a while.
Yeah. So tell us, what was one of your favorite roles you ever played, Alan?
All right,
Thanks
serious
for
stuff
going
out of the way. Let's talk about monsters, right?
Yes, let's please.
Monsters.
Scary turkeys.
Yeah, because I'm very fascinated by your work.
Thank you.
I watch your Instagram videos of you running around the desert and your weird contraptions.
Oh, dude, I love that the arm extensions for quadruped movement. Oh,
Yeah.
it's the greatest workout you'll ever get.
Yeah, I looked
Literally
at you doing it. I was like, I would die.
every-
I'd literally die.
Every muscle all at once. It's
Oh,
intense.
that's nuts. Was it like an exoskeleton? Like an exoskeleton like suit? Is that what it
So
is?
like prosthetics.
No, they're just arm extensions, and they're made of fiberglass.
Oh.
So it's I train with Terry Notary, who did all the Planet of the Apes movement, and he invented those arms for the movie. So I spent 6 or 7 months with him, just training to be in the perfect embodiment of an ape.
Yeah.
And
Now, did
now
that happen because you got a role, or did that happen because you're like, yo, I would just want to be crazy and do this shit?
It's for future roles because
Yeah.
being a feature actor, a lot of stuff is quadruped, and it just makes you
Yeah.
stronger, better, and
Yeah.
and also my favorite franchise in the entire universe is Planet of the Apes.
Yep.
So
All right.
why not?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with it.
My cat, who you guys saw earlier, her name is Zira, named after from Planet of the Apes. But you asked, what's my? I have 2 questions I still haven't answered.
Yeah,
I know.
one
You're not
was-
answering any
I'm
questions.
so old. I used to watch the original Planet of the Apes TV show when I was a kid.
Oh, dude,
Like,
that TV show's amazing.
that's how old
It's so good.
I saw it like when it was
Was
like,
that in
on
color?
TV.
Was that in color?
Yeah, it was in color.
Dr.
That's
Planet
great,
of the
dude. Yeah, I love it with Galen and Burke. Yeah, it's such a good show. So the 2 questions were: one was, what's my favorite monster?
that you've played.
I don't know if I have one really. They're all fun in their own way. What's your favorite monster on my Instagram that you've watched?
Oh man. I don't know, man. I've been following your new film quite closely.
Alien Planet.
Yes. Yeah. How you feeling about it?
Oh, we just wrapped like
Like 4 days.
5 days ago.
Yeah.
It's so good. I cannot wait for the world to see it. It's
Yeah.
so awesome.
I'm excited. It looks
Yeah,
good. The
it
makeup
has-
looks amazing. Who did your
Yep.
prosthetics?
Todd Tucker
Okay.
at Illusion Industries.
Okay.
He sculpted them, and then Alexis Payanessa painted them all, and she headed the department for applying and painting the actors. It was an awesome process of, I drew up what I wanted for the characters, and then I took those drawings to a better artist
Yeah.
who would redraw them to look really good.
Yeah. Yours would just
Then
be
I
like
took those-
circles with little eye holes. You're like, hey, alien, look. Like stick figures.
Well, I actually had PDF like breakdowns. I had my drawings from front and side angle, and then I had reference pictures from other films. I want the color like this. I want the lips like this. The texture of the skin like this. And so I had a very detailed breakdown. And then once the better artist redrew it, I took all of that to Todd, and him and his team sculpted to make it match what I was looking for. So it was a fun process. It felt very much like, being George Lucas when he's in the behind the scenes of making all the different creatures for the prequels and stuff. But it was a great process, and they look beautiful. But I think, unless someone can tell me, which I want someone to if they know, this might be the first live-action movie with no humans in it. Because there are only aliens, monsters, and puppets. There's no human characters. So, if you guys think of one, let me know. Because otherwise, I'm taking that claim.
Wasn't the new Lion King live action? Is that all
What?
animals? The Lion
don't
King
think
that
that
just came out a
counts.
couple years ago. I mean, it's all CGI, but There was no people
It's
in
that
it.
live action.
Yeah, they remade a Lion King.
It's a
and live
fair
action.
argument, but I guess let's amend it and say practical.
There you go. Yeah, that was all CGI.
Yeah. All right. Win. You're winning.
There was no like Mowgli type human in it or anything.
Not in Lion King. It was all lions and hyenas and monkeys. And then Timon and Pumbaa, where the fuck they are.
A warthog and a
And was it a weasel?
Prairie
or
dog.
no. He's a
Ferret?
in Africa. No, he's a
guess.
A muskrat.
Muskrat. He
Muskrat.
was a muskrat.
Yeah.
So I'm
You don't know the song? When I was a warthog. You don't know that one? I know because I have
I know.
girls.
I was kidding.
That's all they listen to is
I don't know.
Don't
Disney.
put the blame on them. You know you watch it all. You and Frozen. Frozen's your favorite
I
movie,
hate
dude.
Frozen. I will watch Tangled though.
It's the worst
Hey,
movie.
Joe.
I'll watch Tangled.
Let it go. Let it.
I'm gonna fucking hit you with this board over here. But Tangled, I feel, is a way better movie than Frozen will ever be. If Frozen gets all the credit, Tangled is far better.
I think Frozen
It's the
is
same
overrated
universe.
because of that song.
It is the same universe though,
It
because
is.
she's in
Mhm.
Frozen.
Mhm.
After
Is she?
Tangled. Yeah. Rapunzel's in Frozen at the end. She walks through with Flynn.
Yep.
And her hair's short and brown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's after.
it's that Pixar theory.
But she could have
that-
fought her, I think.
Mm,
Rapunzel could have fought her when she had her hair.
maybe.
Because she heals. But she heals naturally now.
Yeah.
She can do it at will. She doesn't need her hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, I love
Yeah,
Tangled.
these movies are not for your daughters.
I know.
These are for you.
I know.
Yeah,
I
he
see
knows a
that.
little too much about it.
No, I don't. I had a dream. That's it.
So I'm looking at your Instagram, and it says, basically it says Cat Dad, and that's also in my in mine. So I just thought that was a fun fact that we
Yeah.
both have
Cat dads
cat-
for life.
Yep, Cat Dad in your Instagram profile.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to throw that. I'm literally looking at it
So
right now. Oh, Cat
adorable.
Dad.
Yeah, shout out to all the cat dads out there.
Hashtag
What's
Cat
up?
Dad.
What's up?
Hashtag.
I got 3.
You have
You
3.
guys are little with 1.
I don't have time for 3, and I don't
I
have
don't
enough.
have time for them either. They basically do whatever the hell they want. They're cats.
Yeah, my cat would kill. Well, I had multiple cats. I had 3 at one time. 2 black cats and Gina, and then she just fucking ruled the house and just like treated them like little stepchildren. And then
Yeah.
so basically I had to give them to my little brother.
Yeah.
So like, cause
There was one point growing up when I was young where we had 9 in the house at one
Ooh.
time.
That's crazy.
oh, that is a
That's a
lot.
lot.
It was a lot of cats.
Have you never had a dog?
Nope.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. All right.
Dogs to me are like children.
Yeah.
Love them. They're great. I love to visit them. I just don't want to live with them.
You gotta
Yeah.
take care of them. You gotta take them
I'm
outside.
the same way.
Yeah.
I hate
they're
kids.
very high maintenance. But yeah, they're very high maintenance. Like I don't have time for that. Like my schedule, I could not have time for a dog. Cat's perfect because they pretty much
Yeah. They're on their
cater
own.
to
They don't give a
themselves.
shit. Just
Yeah.
as long as you take everything off the counters before they knock it over.
She doesn't do that.
No,
Yeah.
all mine do that.
Yeah, she-
All 3 of them.
She did something out of character. She actually knocked down my trash can only because I had like gross leftover steak fat in the trash
Yeah.
can, and she knocked that over. But that was the
So
first
I-
time she did in like
I do the same thing.
years.
Put steak in the trash. I know you
Knocked my trash
I go
down.
after it.
Damn, you must be rich. You can afford a steak.
I know you can throw a steak
Uh,
out.
Jeez.
I got it from Mark.
There you go.
Take for your dog. You had audio and editing classes in high school.
Yeah.
Tell us some more. Brag away.
Yeah, yeah. Tell us what's
Can I-
going on,
Can I
Silver
have a loan,
Spoon.
bro?
Oh boy,
Yeah.
good time.
What do you got? A Ira too?
A what? So, do you do any camera work yourself?
Camera work as in operating the camera?
Yep.
Or porn.
I mean,
Nope. I do not operate the camera. I edit video and I direct and I act, but no camera. I leave that to people who are better at it.
Right.
My wife is one of them. She's a landscape photographer and
nice.
she was also a camera operator on Alien Planet. And yeah, camera operators have a much better eye than I do. I know what I need for the story to tell them to nudge things or move, but other than that, I'll leave that for them.
Yeah, I can't do camera at all.
See, that's another thing challenging with editing, because I'm colorblind. So color grading is terrible with me. So that's one of the things I
That
hate.
explains your choice of outfits.
I wear the same colors, black, gray, or blue.
That's pink. You're wearing pink right now.
But I'm like severely colorblind. But that's my only thing hindering me from like decent like editing and color grading because of that. That's why I don't record anything in like raw or log or anything like that because I can't adjust the colors appropriately. Like why is this guy purple? Like I have no idea. I don't see it. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys ever had that problem.
No, we're not colorblind.
No, I see colors just fine.
Guys are dicks.
No, I can't. I don't mind being next to camera and looking at the monitor and stuff, but I could not tell you. I mean, I could say flip to a 50 or 35 or something, but outside of that, I don't know. I don't know cameras. I don't want to know them. We already got to do it all anyways, guys like us. We got to write and direct and produce and edit and fucking cast your friends in it and shit. And you're already doing it all. And then they're all like, what's next? I don't know. Write something, bitch. Why am I doing all the work? You know what I mean, Alan?
Trying.
Yeah.
But luckily, on Alien Planet, actually, I would say half the crew are also directors. So it was such
That's
a
even
solid team
worse.
because
Oh.
no, it was great because no one had egos, no one stepped on toes. It was a
What?
great
You
team.
shot
I
in
couldn't have been
California
happier.
and you ran into
No
no
egos
What?
egos?
in California. Wow.
What?
You didn't have any egos on your set?
Nope, not on
Oh,
this
man,
one. It was
that's brilliant.
perfect.
That's a lucked out.
Yeah,
You lucked
no
out.
shit,
We get
dude.
egos on
I had a-
here.
Yeah. Shut up. I'm the best.
But
No, I was very grateful. It was a great team. I would hire all of them again for
nice.
sure.
Very nice.
For Alien Planet 2.
You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When do you see it coming out? What's your premiere time?
Most likely end of next year, probably December.
Yeah.
'Cause there's a lot of work to be done with
Lot of-
editing,
yeah,
sound design,
CG probably.
score, all that.
Yeah. Can you tell us the premise for those of us who don't know?
Yeah. So
Please talk about it.
in this film, it has a long history of there's two races that have never got along, and one of them was forced immigrated off the planet, and they were beaten and murdered, and the remaining ones all live on this isolated planet that has very little water, and so they had this sacred vial that when you put a little bit in it into the earth, it gives you water, and they can sustain themselves from that. But the oppressing race that shipped them away, their planet is completely out of water. So now they're going there to steal that vial to save their planet.
Yeah, no, fuck you. You kicked us out.
Yeah.
Say what?
I said, no, fuck you. You kicked us out, man. You don't get our water now.
Oh, that's a conversation in there.
Yeah.
So it has a ton of social commentary and it touches on so many human issues and historical things that have happened. But it's all with aliens and monsters. So it's an adventure sci-fi film that will hopefully make some people think about themselves.
Are there female aliens?
There's male and female. Yep.
Yeah, is there a sex scene?
There is sex scene. No sex scene,
Oh,
unfortunately.
man. That's what we need.
Alien
Not like a
breeds.
real one, but like, Dirty Dancing kind of sex scene with aliens.
We
I
did.
had the time of my
no,
life.
Maybe this can fill your craving for flesh.
All right.
Is we did use close to 10 gallons of blood
Ooh,
in the movie.
Wow.
that's a pretty
So-
wet movie.
And
No
what color
sex, but
is it? Blood?
blood.
Is it blood red?
It is.
Huh.
Nice.
Oh. Interesting. Interesting.
Were you thinking like green or black or?
They're
blue?
aliens. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Black, green,
I don't know.
blue. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. That's a conversation that's always asked when I was making this movie. And while I appreciate it in things like Predator and Spock and stuff, it just always looks fake to me.
Mhm.
So I went with Red Blood. It looks real. It feels more grotesque. You can feel the pain in someone when they're bleeding more when it's red. When it's green or something, it feels like as humans we don't connect with them. Did you guys just have an alien
Yeah, the
come in your
alien
house?
attack.
Yeah, something just happened.
Alien attacked our.
Did we all
lights.
just lose our memory?
Nice.
Who am I?
What are we talking about?
I sent him. I just knocked it on the neighbor's door and I was like, hey, alien.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
that was
You
one
went
of my
went with blood because that can also bring you in. I mean, I assume I don't know that you talk about like, or you don't mention at all. They're um, humanoid. Maybe they're just humans are from them, or they all have the same kind of. It's not alkaline blood. What kind of blood do we have? Humans have.
red blood.
Yep. Anyways, it's
That's
cool.
it. It's
I like
just
the idea of the
red
red
blood.
blood. I like that idea. I think that's a cool. That's a new take on aliens because no one gives them red blood ever.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah.
They don't. Oh, none of them.
No, never.
Not that I can think of.
Yeah.
Mm.
What about?
Huh.
No. What's? Let's think about it.
I'm trying.
It's always black or blue or green.
Yeah. Was there blood in Earth Girls or Sleazy or Easy?
No.
Earth girls are sleazy.
Oh, that was actually
That's Sean's movie.
that's Sean.
Or Chris Woods.
Oh, yeah.
Earth Girls are sleazy.
But Earth Girls are easy with
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff
Yeah.
Goldblum.
I don't
Carrey.
think they bleed in that movie, do they?
No.
Oh.
The girls might from their period, but no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I'm trying to think
Whoa.
back. That's the only as far back as I could think, and I was.
Well, I was trying to think of the alien one. Alien.
Killer
what's it-
Clowns
No,
from
what's
Outer
the one where
Space.
he's the detective, the cop, the show? Alien. He's an alien.
Oh,
Resident
Alien
Alien?
Nation?
Alien Nation. They were like white. Their blood was like white.
No, was it?
I don't think
I
they
don't
ever
remember.
bled because that was.
Yeah, because he got shot one time, and I remember it looked like he spilled milk all over himself when I was a kid. Now I
Well,
think
they-
he's just
Drank milk in it because that's how they
sour
got drunk.
milk.
Was
They
spoiled.
drank- Yeah, spout. Yep. And then I think they bled.
I don't
white.
remember.
Maybe not. I don't know. V, they bled green.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I don't know.
I don't know, but that's cool. I like the red blood. I think that's a cool idea.
I'll have to do some research and see because maybe that's two first. There can't be the first with red blood, but maybe.
Yeah, because I can't imagine anyone else going, no, aliens, they have red blood. No, you got to be blue or something. It got to be green. You can't be, producer and a writer are like arguing in some LA office that costs $900 a week. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I should start charging that.
Yeah, to who? Yourself?
I already do.
Yeah. All right.
Too much.
Oh, yeah, I owe you money. Don't forget.
Too much. Could I
Too
get a
much.
discount?
Yeah.
Trying to give myself a discount. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so what was we never got to your favorite role you played, which I asked.
I still haven't answered any of your questions. I'm such a dick.
I don't think you have.
Um,
I feel like you're ignoring
horrible
it on purpose.
He's sidestepping it all.
That's a
He's
tough
humble.
question,
He's
man.
humble.
It's like they're all fun. I mean, I think Ghidorah really changed my career. It really made me have a lot of notability.
It
and-
opened the door for you.
Yeah, so that one's high up there, but I've had many others that were super fun. Like one of my I guess I'll say one of my favorite ones was there's a short film called The Woods for Sugar Pine 7. And that creature was just so much fun because all the kill scenes, it was in broad daylight, so you saw all of it. 'Cause a lot of the monsters I play are, shot at night for horror movies, and then when you watch it on the TV, just like you can see like 5 frames of me.
Yeah.
But that one, broad daylight, awesome kill scenes. There's one fun story in it where, when you're on set and you have fake blood in your mouth,
As you do.
before the take, your saliva builds up.
Yeah.
And you may or may not have experienced this before, but I've had it tons of times where they'll put the blood in your mouth and they'll go, okay, great, let's get ready, get into position. And then the team and director and everybody talks for 30 minutes.
Oh, for sure.
And everybody forgets that you have blood in your mouth. And you just sit there patiently with your mouth closed, silently holding that blood for a half hour. That's
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
spit it out.
saliva.
Yeah.
That saliva's just fucking full. It's
Yeah.
like a mouthful. That happened on one of these takes. And in the scene, I'm supposed to rip someone's jugular out. So they have the prosthetic of the open jugular, and it starts with me covering them. So when they call action, I claw it, and reveal the wound. And they wanted me to snarl at the same time, so blood comes out of my mouth and goes everywhere while I gash them. And we do the take after me holding the blood in my mouth for a half hour. And the actor, rightfully so, when he calls action and I slash his throat, he screams, "Ah!"
Oh, gross!
But
right where this is
I
going.
spit the blood.
Into his mouth.
It didn't go anywhere except directly into his mouth. Like, it didn't hit anywhere outside. It just straight shoot like a fucking
Yeah. COVID
basket.
friendly. Yeah.
That's funny.
And he was a trooper, man. That guy was just like, he was like, "No, man, it was a great take.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Great. Let's
use
just make out now.
That was very intimate.
Yeah.
Oh, yummy.
But that was a fun little bit.
Wow. I couldn't imagine that. That's gross. That's
Yeah.
Does your wife come up to you now and she's like, "Here, hold this blood in your mouth," and then like walks away?
gross.
She's like, "Man, he's been talking for hours." Shut up. I'm not gonna even tell my wife that trick.
Well, because of those experiences, I was pretty good on my shoot where I actually, whenever I had mouth blood in Alien Planet, I didn't have anyone put it in their mouths till after we slated.
Right.
So cameras are already rolling, slate
Yeah.
was already good, and just blood and mouth, okay, action.
Yeah.
So I think actually working on a film with no humans and all prosthetics and suits, I think I was the perfect fit.
Yeah.
Being a creature actor. So
Yeah, it's
Those-
that your form of acting now is becoming more and more dominant in film, with people becoming these creature actors, either in full costume or in those bubble suits I call them, with the little lights on them so they can track them.
mocap suits, yeah.
Cap suits, yeah. So I think it's amazing because it's so profound now in film. I have a 13-year-old niece, and she's actually starts training next week in Orlando to do motion capture acting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's like it's a big thing. It's like it's a new avenue, and it's great for actors who don't really want to be on camera, but want to emote and be a thing and be a monster, and they don't have to wear a prosthetic. It'll all just change in digital. And I looked at her and said, "Why do you want to do that?" And she's like, "Well, I also want to do stunts, but I don't want to be on camera."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's
Maybe you
impossible."
shouldn't be an actor.
And she's like, "No." She's like, "No, it's not, because I can do motion capture and you'll never see my face."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow, okay, cool." So I just think it's interesting, and
You can do that with video games too. Like,
yeah, well, that's Orlando. That's why she's doing Orlando, because
Yeah.
there's a Dave School, Full Sail. They all have those classes for motion capture acting, and it's just, I think, I don't know. Who do you think was the first one to do it? Like first real?
First motion capture actor?
Yeah.
That I could be wrong, but it feels like in film the most historical change of path would be Ahmed Best for Jar Jar Binks.
Okay.
I know they did it in.
Nice.
No, Disney did it too. Disney did it for with the actors and also with the the early cartoons that he did with people and cartoons when they combined them. I saw on This Is His Life or whatever at Disney.
Mm-hmm.
They have something Man of the Dream or something like that, and they showed the motion capture of the girl and walking around with like a little person.
Really?
Yeah. So they were doing it
Oh,
back
wow.
then. Yeah.
It's been around for a very long time,
Yeah.
but the reason why I give Ahmed Best the notable credit is because that was kind of the first time that we had a live action actor interacting with other actors replaced with CG.
And everybody hated him.
Yeah. Everybody hated
Poor
Jar
Jar.
I
Jar.
love him. I think the prequels are great. I am a Lucas lover, and I think
Yeah.
everything he's done is gold. I'm all about the prequels.
No, absolutely.
He's just trying to get into Star Wars. He's like, "I'm gonna be the next Jabba Hutt, bitch. I'll be sitting inside."
Dude,
that
I would
suit."
love to be. I want to be Bib Fortuna, but they killed him off, evidently.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of shows coming out.
Oh, yeah.
They got another
Tons of
Mandalorian season
Boba Fett.
coming. They're gonna have they're gonna have several seasons of Boba Fett
Yeah.
and more Mandalorian and Obi-Wan now. And dude, there's so many chances for us to get into Star Wars now. Like I can be a fat bounty hunter. I can be like Bosk or somebody. You know, fucking straight hand lizard man.
Uh-huh.
Mandalorian's
that.
a great show, man.
Or who's the other guy? The heavy set fat guy with the turnip. The
Zuckus.
Is that Zuckus?
Or are you talking about Dengar with the bandages?
Dengar. I can be Dengar, man. Look at me. I can be any of those
So
guys.
I actually have one little blip of Star Wars under my belt. I
Yeah?
got to play a Sith Jet Trooper at the red carpet premiere for Rise of Skywalker.
That counts.
They had a motion capture screen at the end of the red carpet when all the cast and crew got to the end of it, and the doors open to a Star Destroyer, and a Sith Jet Trooper flies in and chats with them. And I was in a motion capture soundstage with a monitor to watch them, and I had a earpiece to talk to them, and so I got to interact with all of them, and it was
Wow.
officially trained and licensed and everything by Lucasfilm. So that was my
That's cool.
How did
that was
that
my first
audition
little
come
bit of
about?
Star Wars. What?
How'd that audition happen? Or was somebody like, yo, you want to go fill in and be a fucking stormtrooper? I don't know anyone to, like, you know how you get those roles? And you're like, no, I just showed up because my buddy wanted me to do it, and now I'm fucking a millionaire.
So funny enough, a friend of mine
Round it
was
up.
one of the Unreal Engine operators for the motion capture,
See, there it is.
and he recommended me, and so I auditioned for it and booked it.
Yeah, nice. They're like, yo, I got a guy who can do it. They're like, yeah, whatever, get him in here.
It was fantastic because it was
Yeah.
cool because even though it was one day during the red carpet, it was like a 10-day rehearsal session. So it was very immersive, and it was a
Yeah.
huge deal. It was a lot of fun.
Do they have an action figure of you?
They do. I don't think it's specific with me because I was never in the film,
Right.
but they do have figures of that character.
The
Yeah.
shock trooper? What was it?
Sith Jet Trooper. So it's the red ones.
Well, I'm gonna
with the
go
jet.
buy a pop cap, and you're gonna sign it for me when I see you.
Dude,
Eventually,
deal.
when we're in Germany making a movie, which is supposed to happen. When I
It
don't
is
know.
still
He's still up in the air. I know he made another movie while he was waiting for us to come make a movie. Alan and I got cast in a movie shooting in Germany called Hell on Earth, where you're playing the creature,
Mhm.
and I'm
and the
playing-
human. I play the human that turns into him too.
Okay, great. Okay, and then I'm playing this inept security guard who I guess gets killed by this guy. Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Well, Germany had a bit hard go with COVID, so
Yeah, so they shut the film down. They didn't shut it down. He couldn't even get it going.
We can't get over there.
And we can't get over there. So as soon as that's all lifted, he and I are going to Germany to make a movie with Timo Rose.
Nice.
It'll be my third film with Timo.
Hmm.
I like him a lot. He's a
That's
nice
awesome.
dude.
He's a
Isn't
super
it?
nice guy. I
Yeah,
can't
really cool
wait to
dude.
work with him.
Sounds
Yeah.
like you guys are a good team.
Yeah. Yeah, I like him. What?
Bad pun.
Timo, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
Your gummies are hitting
All
me,
right,
so
now-
I'm a little too slow.
He,
Right now.
he's got that,
Joe's in
that
slow motion.
them dad jokes, them granddad jokes.
He's got them all day long.
So you also asked earlier what's the longest I was in a makeup chair.
Yep.
Right.
It varies. I've been in a makeup chair anything from 2 hours to 9, and
How do you sit in one
Yeah.
spot for 9 hours? Like, how do you?
I think it's comfortable. It's like you're being touched and patted, and it's like you're getting like a little face massage the whole time. So you just zone out.
They're like,
You
oh, he's got an
relax.
erection again, guys.
I was getting a head cast, and that just took longer than I ever wanted to, and I just got like, I felt so claustrophobic and
Yeah, they're
so
horrible.
Yeah,
Like-
do that.
the head cast. Oh, it was terrible.
That's why when you're like Alan, you get one done and send it to everybody who needs it.
Yeah.
You never have to do it again.
I mean, I still have my the head cast. I still have
Yeah.
that. But if I have to use it again, it was just a horrible experience. Like I thought it sucked.
Well, depending on who does it, I've had really bad life casts, and I've had really easy ones. I've had ones where it's done in 15 minutes, and then I've had one where it took like 3 hours. And there's one of them where I know how long this should take because I've had probably 20 life casts done.
Yeah.
So I know you can't fool me. And one of them, I was just under there, and I was like, I don't care if it's dry. It's time. 3 hours it should not take. And I was ready to get out. I was just like, it's time, guys. Get me out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of this shit.
It means they didn't do something right if it took that long.
Yeah, it's not setting correctly or something.
Yeah, the mixture is not Correct.
or they put it out too thick or something.
Right.
But
Yeah.
there's so many variables. So
But
Yeah.
sitting in 9 hours in one spot. Like, I can't even sit in one spot for 30 minutes. Like, it's just.
well, that's also why I'm hired too. I've been hired on, I would say, I don't know, 30 to 40% of my jobs I'm cast after they film one day with a different actor and that person can't do it. And I come in and replace them. There was one where it's called the Robin Hood Gala, and it's in New York every year. And basically, it's one of those rich people events where it's like $7,000 to get a seat at a table, and all the money goes towards poverty or helping.
No, Tony
people.
knows his school had a class on it.
Oh yeah, you guys probably gave to my school.
Yeah, his school gave to our school.
Yeah, that's high society class.
You're welcome.
And there's this. I got a phone call where the owner of it wanted to, on live stage in front of everybody, be dressed up like Jon Snow and sword fight the Night King. And they had hired a stunt coordinator to do it. And it was the night before, and he was in the makeup, and there's fire, there's pyro, there's fog, and you have to hide in a trap door under the stage the whole show until the moment. And with
What's
all
up,
the makeup
bees?
and the contact, and there's scleral contact, so it covers your whole eye.
Yeah.
You got claustrophobic and freaked out. So I got a phone call it had been 4 p.m. on Sunday, and they said, you name your rate, we need you here in New York at 7 a.m. And I was like, that means I have to leave right now. And so I negotiated with them. We figured it out. I got in a plane and went there. And it was literally just up all night on the plane. The moment I landed, got right into the makeup chair and did the stunt. Basically, he was there to hand off the sword, show me the choreography, slap me into makeup, and the reason I got that job was simply because he was claustrophobic. And that happens all the time where someone just can't do it, and they go, well, Alan sits in the chair 9 hours and he's never complained, so bring him in.
Yeah.
So you're a sitting in a chair badass.
Yeah, dude. I thought it was me. I thought I was good at it.
I know. I thought I was good.
I would say, being a creature performer, it does have a talent, and it takes being a talented actor. But a huge part of it is being able to withstand long hours being uncomfortable, because that's more than anything the biggest thing is these suits are not comfortable. A lot of them hurt. A lot of them you get blisters and you're in pain, or you're forgotten. People think you're a prop and they forget you're there. And
R2D2.
Exactly, yeah. And you just have to it's a marathon, not a sprint. You have to perform and carry yourself in a way that's going to last for a 12 or longer hour shoot. And that includes when you're, a lot of actors, they start dancing and acting silly because they think it's funny being in a suit and eating lunch. And, oh, haha, monster reading a newspaper type of shit. But really, you just have to sit there and conserve your energy.
Yeah, they're blowing all their energy and then they can't perform.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. If you're dancing in your monster suit for a stupid TikTok video, when the time comes to perform it, you blew all your energy on a fucking stupid video that teenagers watch.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you do meditation and stuff like that to kind of help?
Oh yeah. Yep. Because sometimes even the best performers have moments of claustrophobia. I wouldn't say I get claustrophobic, but there's moments where you do go, oh yeah, remind yourself, calm. And you just have to remember you can breathe. Yep, there's air in my lungs. I'm okay. Cool. Keep moving.
Yeah.
And it just happens because being locked in that shit for hours on end, it can be, a mind game more than anything.
Yeah, I don't have that. Like, I have patience, but that's a lot of patience.
I freaked out in an MRI machine. Fuck that.
Oh yeah.
And that's
Like, I don't like that shit.
2 minutes.
Yeah, I was in there and I'm trying to chill and the guy's like, you moved, we got to start over. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. Like, I was freaking out. I did not like being in there. They had to sedate me to get an MRI.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't. I
Yeah,
don't
don't
like
get a life
closing,
cast.
So yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely
don't.
have no
Yeah.
ambition of doing that.
No,
Yeah, I
that's
can't
something
imagine.
I can't. I don't want to do that. I dread the day that someone says we got to mold your head. And I'm like, can't you just hire a sculptor to sculpt my head from photographs? Like,
Well,
come on.
You know, it's not so bad. You know, especially if you have the right team doing it. The very first one I ever got done was such a pleasant experience because they knew it was my first one, and they had a guy dedicated to his only job was he kept his hand on my back and spine.
Genitals.
It was almost like a comfort dog thing. Like he was like,
yeah.
"I'm still here. I have not left you because you can't see or hear." So
Yeah.
like he just reminded me we're here, and he'd make sure your nostrils are clear. He'd scrape it away, even if it didn't need it. He would just do it so you would know. And so
Yeah.
my first time was such a pleasant experience of them just saying, "Hey, we do not forget about you. We're watching you."
Yeah, I think I had
So-
straws in my nose, and like because my mouth was wide open for the kill for the head, so it was like I didn't know
You
what
can
was
actually
up.
keep your mouth open. You know, I've had quite a few of that because sometimes my nose isn't the best for breathing through, especially when they put the bandages on and it starts to harden. It gets heavier and closes it. But you can leave a little crack in your mouth, and it does not affect the life cast. So if you
Yeah.
ever get one, you can.
And good sculptors can make that shit look good, anyways. You know,
I'll see if I can find a picture of.
so nobody cares.
Hey, your face, go fuck it.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you.
So that Robin Hood Gala thing, that one was fun. A little fun tidbit about that is Pharrell Williams opened for me.
Wow.
Nice.
The performance went Pharrell Williams doing his "I'm Happy" song.
Nice.
Then I did a sword fight with the owner of the company, and then Shawn Mendes closed. So I can say that I was performed sandwiched between those two, and that's how the trailers went too. It was awesome seeing a trailer with Pharrell Williams, Alan Maxon, and then Shawn Mendes. So
That's cool, man.
that was quite the fun experience.
So I was gonna comment on that. I prefer to perform like that. I prefer to be flown like in and out, and I don't have to think about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Looks just like you.
just a little bit smaller.
It
oh,
depends on the show for me, Joe. You know, if it's a lot of them I have where I do appreciate getting in and just getting into a hotel and resting so that I can be
yeah.
top notch the next
Yeah.
day. And
I'm
then
a
same
better
with
pressure
after
worker.
filming. Say what?
I'm a better pressure worker. Like, the more pressure, the better I perform. I don't know. It's weird. Always been like that.
I guess for me, a lot of it because my stuff is physical. It's a lot of stunt type work.
Sure.
Rest is always top priority for me because if I'm not rest, that's when accidents happen and people hurt themselves.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Busted
it always
knees
comes
and
down to that
elbows.
sleep.
Yeah.
Also, always comes down to that sleep problem, like sleep paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about. We were talking. Get a restful sleep. You can operate properly your body.
Yep.
Good times.
Now I've answered a question for two of you. Now I have one more. I hear there's a big Thanksgiving 3 fan.
Oh yeah.
I watch Thanksgiving every year on Thanksgiving. That and
makes
Planes,
sense.
Trains, and Automobile.
Do you watch Thanksgiving 3 though?
I've seen all three of them, or the first three. I don't even know how
Oh,
many there
really?
are. How many are there?
I don't know. I thought Debbie Rochon was in them.
So you've seen all 3 of them.
Yes.
Great.
He's like,
He's like, wow, you're the one.
yeah. all
I'm
right.
the only one.
Because there's only 2 of them.
Weren't you in Thanksgiving 3?
They skipped part 2.
Oh, did they?
There was never a
So was there
part
a
two?
4?
Nope.
There was never a 4?
No.
Why did they skip 2?
Because that's the plot of Thanksgiving 3 is they're searching for the lost sequel.
Oh, shit, that's right. I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Well,
I never
we
say it out loud.
every day.
Yeah,
What?
but I don't say it out loud.
Not to him.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to him.
I usually watch the first one on
What's your-
Thanksgiving.
Alan, what's your like ultimate spot? Like if someone said to you, "Listen, we're gonna offer you this role, and it's your dream role," what would that be? Do you have
I
one?
want to be in. I want to be in a Planet of the Apes film.
Oh, okay. Fuck yeah.
And I would say I have really like 3 or 4 dream roles: Planet of the Apes, Star Wars. I am new to the franchise as of the last couple of years, but I've quickly become a hardcore Star Trek fan as well.
Nice.
And then a 4th one would be I would love a very iconic character that comes back for multiple sequels, kind of like Freddy Krueger type thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That has 8 movies, and
Right.
they're all just
Right. Right. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's what about like Creature from the Black Lagoon?
that'd be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool that'd be something.
Didn't they
Yeah.
start a Swamp Thing TV series? Didn't they start?
They
that?
did. They canceled it within like the first 3 episodes or something.
Yeah.
It didn't even get far.
Yeah, they canceled halfway through the series.
Yeah,
That's
why
weird.
was that? Anybody know?
No. No. I
They also canceled that other show, that comic book show that's supposed to come out with the girl from the AT&T commercials.
She's hot.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? She's going to
Oh.
play Squirrel Girl.
Oh yeah.
They canceled
They
They
that.
canceled that.
Yeah, it never got. It wasn't even. They even finished shooting it.
She was actually in a pretty good werewolf movie, Werewolves Within. Have you seen that?
Oh, I was going to see that. That's good.
Yeah,
Oh, she's in that.
Amelia Weintraub.
Is that her
Never knew.
name? She's like
She's gorgeous.
Russian.
I think she's.
Bulgarian or something.
I don't know.
No, we could just guess all day.
Yeah,
I guess to
yeah.
whatever our fantasies contend.
She's pretty good.
I'll look it
It was
up.
an interesting
while you guys
movie.
talk.
Thank you. Okay,
Listen
cool.
in silence.
Yeah, we'll just sit here quietly, let the show just roll
Yeah,
on.
Just like we waited for Joe to find his alien video.
Well, I'm sorry. It was called out. I had to prove my theory of what I think it is. Is it aliens? I don't know.
Proven.
I hope it is. I hope it is. Man, I hope we get hit with an alien attack.
How are
just
you
so
gonna
I
look
can
her up?
prove everybody right. I'm wrong.
Has anybody observed a Sasquatch?
No,
No.
but I love them though.
She's
Oh,
Russian.
That's another
I love
goal for me. I've played one Sasquatch, and I want to play. I want to play one in an amazing suit, like Harry and the Henderson style. That
Yeah.
would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's cool. They should remake that though.
We-
She's
yeah,
from
but the opposite-
Uzbekistan.
We should do it the other way. Harry and the Hendersons are the Sasquatch, and Harry's the dude who gets lost in the woods, and they take him in, and
Like reverse.
There you
yeah,
go.
they teach him Bigfoot ways.
That's almost like the Triple Trouble music video for Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good reference.
it feels so like I haven't seen that in forever.
What, Harry and the Hendersons or Beastie Boys?
Both.
All right, fair enough.
Both.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Both are on regular replay at my house.
yeah.
So
when did you first like start doing like creatures? Like what was your like
what
first
drove you to
dabble?
that?
Yeah, where'd you dabble first?
Thanksgiving 3 was probably the first time I got in a suit on screen, actually. I'd played a few zombies and some stuff here and there, but for an actual suit, it would have been Thanksgiving 3.
And how'd you feel about your career at that point?
I was excited
Yeah.
because I just wrapped working on X Factor, the Simon Cowell show, and that was absolute hell. It was one of the worst.
What'd you do on that show?
shows. I was an assistant editor,
Okay.
and that was one of the worst freaking shows to ever work on. It was just toxic environment, terrible hours, and it was like 9 months long. It was the worst, and that show almost made me want to actually leave the industry because it was such a bad experience.
How is Simon Cowell like?
Did you work
as a
with him or
person?
talk to him?
Did you ever work with him?
I didn't even interact with him. It was
Oh, you didn't.
it was a lot of other things and people. But Simon Cowell, actually, it's interesting. Him off camera, what I observed was great. Actually, his persona of being mean, we had to edit stuff to make him more mean because he wasn't mean enough.
Right.
Like in real life, I think he's not that harsh, at least from my observation. Others could say something else, but from what I observed, I think it's definitely.
I don't see him. I
Like-
don't perceive him as mean. I perceive him as he tells you like it is, and if you
Yeah.
don't like it, sorry. You know, he's very matter of fact about
Well,
it.
we give him a lot of. We edited in a lot of reaction shots. Like if someone sings a bad note in real life, he just keeps watching.
Mhm.
But we would instead we would change it to a reaction
Roll
of him.
his eyes or something. Yeah.
So You know, to me, that's us altering his personality.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know, you wouldn't really do that to someone's face. That would make you a mean person.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was great. But that show was just hard and it was terrible. So then this offer came for Thanksgiving, and it took me to South Dakota for 2 weeks. I was their on-set editor, and I told them that I wanted to get in the suit at some point when I was there. And that's kind of how it went. So it was a super fun experience, and being in South Dakota, working on a movie like that, it was great fun. I actually was having a blast that whole time.
South Dakota. That South Dakota is pretty. It's very pretty
Yeah.
there, South Dakota.
I don't think I've ever been through South Dakota. I've been to a lot of places, but I don't think I've been through the Dakotas.
It's like untouched by like
Yeah, that whole region.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And
Montana, Idaho.
Is that where the
it's all
tornadoes
like-
go? I try to avoid where any natural disaster. What?
natural
I
disasters.
can't even talk, dude.
Says the
Natural
person
disaster.
who lives in hurricane country.
I know, right?
Well, that's different. We know they're coming.
We know they're not here.
6 weeks to get the fuck out of the
Yeah,
way.
and they know we're not going to get hit.
tornado,
in
man.
Tampa.
That bitch will drop down and tear through a whole shopping mall.
Yeah.
Don't give a
It's
fuck.
funny because
I've
when a hurricane comes, the news is all like crazy. Oh my God, it's coming our way.
It's a category.
Whatever.
They're
Yeah.
like, it's a category 2. I'm going to the
The
beach.
last time, I think the last time a direct hit on Tampa from a hurricane was like 1920. Like it was
no.
forever
No.
ago.
Irma.
That wasn't a direct hit on
Andrew.
Get the
Tampa.
hell it wasn't.
Andrew,
It went
too.
right over my house.
Irma? When was that?
Like a couple years ago. Like
Yeah, it was like 3 years ago.
Nah, that
3 or
came
4 years ago.
over. That was about to hit us and went up. It
No,
went up
dude,
into the Cedar
It
Key
hit my
area.
house here in
I mean, it
Seminole,
was a lot of bad
and
wind and
we-
rain
we
and stuff, but it
left-
wasn't
we
like
went
the
2
eye
hours.
over us.
We went 2 hours north to Brooksville,
Yeah, we got
and
that.
it hit Brooksville. The
So
eye
I'm saying
went
it
right
hit
through
up
our
there.
person.
It hit up north of us. It
Sorry.
wasn't Tampa.
We're arguing. The Floridians argue over hurricanes all day. If you let 'em.
But a category
Hurricane.
2. But a category 2. I'm going to the beach like
Yeah,
that
that's
day.
good
Yeah.
Now it's got to
Yeah,
be
I
over a
think-
4 for me. To
I
get
lived in
scared.
Orlando for a couple of years, and I was there during a hurricane, and so I've lived through a hurricane, tornado, and earthquake, and definitely tornadoes are the scariest.
Yeah, tornadoes. Yeah,
Oh.
because you don't know what's gonna happen. Where they're gonna go. Like,
Where'd you see a tornado?
Oh, when I lived in Michigan,
Oh wow, they have tornadoes.
yeah,
in
we had them all the
Michigan?
time. So
Wow, I would think. Like I just assume some places don't have problems like that.
All right.
Like to me, it'd be like Ohio. Like we don't have hurricanes or tornadoes in Ohio. It's just like rain
Blizzards.
and snow.
Yeah, blizzard.
I think anywhere where there's lots of flat land is kind of when the tornadoes happen.
Yeah, scary. Those are I fear tornadoes the most.
yeah. See, I'm from Jersey. Like, we would just get the nor'easters.
Yeah.
We get blizzards, but it wasn't like it would just get ice. Like black ice was like the death of everyone. Like really,
Yeah.
black ice was the real killer out there. But other than that, we like every once in a while we'll get a hurricane come up, but it's usually just a tropical storm or whatnot. It's
Yeah.
because by the time it travels up there, it's not warm enough.
That's also well, earthquakes are kind of what's stopping me from moving out to California.
Yeah.
Because I'm like they're unpredictable.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to just get crushed by my house one night when I'm sleeping.
yeah.
You know.
You know, it's funny because I love Los Angeles. Like I love living here so much, and I think the pros of everything about it outweigh the risk of
Yeah.
an earthquake.
Yeah.
Well,
agreed.
how often do the earthquakes happen? Because I was in San
I mean,
Francisco.
those small ones, at least bare minimum once a year, but like probably more. I would say every few months you feel a little shake.
Because I was in San Francisco for like 6 to 8 months. I didn't feel one at all, and
Yeah, you could go that long without it. And San
Yeah.
Fran, I feel it gets less earthquakes. I don't know. I could not be credible on that. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. But that was literally I went to San Francisco a lot for work, but like everywhere else I went to Burbank for like a couple weeks. Other than that, it was just
Yeah.
like not like I didn't feel one, so I don't know what to expect. I had actually had one in Jersey when it was it was pretty big. It shocked from like Maryland all the way to where I was in Jersey, and it was bad. Like it was pretty bad. It knocked down a couple buildings, and like
I thought there was an earthquake in my house the other day.
yeah,
Like I'm sitting there on the couch, and all of a
Take a
sudden
shit.
it was like, boop, shook. I'm like, what the fuck was that? I went outside. I'm looking around, nothing. So then I'm telling my girlfriend about it,
Aliens.
and
Aliens.
then
San
later on,
Francisco.
and then the next day it happened again, and I said, that's the noise I heard. And so we go outside. It turns out it's our neighbors lifting weights, and they're dropping the weights on the ground, and the whole
Oh,
freaking
wow.
house is shaking. I'm like, what
Did
is
you go out
wrong
and
with these people?
Did you go out and yell at them like an old dad would?
No, I didn't. But
Sound
I'm
like
just
you
like,
did.
what in the? Who does that? And you can see them like in their backyard, like they drop the weights, and they're like, yeah, like looking around. I'm like, oh my god,
Yes.
what a bunch
You're not
of
supposed to
idiots.
drop the weight.
I know.
Deadlifts you do.
If someone was
that's-
to move out there, where would you think they should move?
Depends on how much money you have.
All right, let's pretend they're an actor.
So no money.
The Valley.
Mexico.
The
Should move to
Valley. I
Mexico.
would go to Van Nuys or Sherman Oaks-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is it safe out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't walk. Don't walk.
Just
at
don't
night,
walk
use your
anywhere.
bedding.
Yeah.
No, like I lived in Sherman Oaks for 12 years, and it's borderline with Van Nuys, and you know when you're in certain areas, we're like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to go down that direction. I'm going to go back this way. You can just tell.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I feel safer walking streets in Los Angeles than I did in some areas when I lived near Flint in Michigan. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Hmm.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I know Canoga Park really well and Silmar. I don't know Santa Clarita very well, but I was there for like a week and a half. Somewhere, some hotel.
Silmar's good too. I think the thing with when you first move out here, the commute will be harder for you from Silmar and Santa Clarita. It's easy for me because I know the area and I've lived here for a decade and a half. But when you're an actor and if that's your only source of income and gas means a lot to you and stuff, I think you should stick to the Valley because
Yeah.
Silmar is a little bit outside of LA.
Yeah.
Well, so what is gas prices right now out there? Because I keep seeing on the news on my feed like it's like $6 a gallon or something like that. It's ridiculous.
So it's hilarious. California, when anyone gets national news about California, it's like they pick the worst stuff from some obscure area.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, California! Those crazy liberals. And just like, oh my. And especially, no offense, but especially in Florida, I'm
Oh
sure
yeah. Oh absolutely.
they choose
I'm from-
the right clips on purpose.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, Florida's got a bad rap too because
Yeah.
it's always
Florida
like Florida man,
Yeah. Florida news.
redneck girl.
See, that's all you see about Florida. Is Florida man.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
So it's basically
But
the
no-
same thing.
It's really Canadians on beaches. Is really what Florida is.
Yeah, they're the worst of anybody.
That guy's wearing a Speedo and a hoodie. What is going on?
Yeah. Leave me alone. This is what I wore today.
No, I think gas is probably it's like $4.15, $4.50 ish.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty high. They're
Well,
they're
ours is
still
like
under
$3,
four.
isn't
They're
it?
still under 4.
No, we're at we were 335 the other day.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Thank God.
I'm ready to buy an electric car.
Yeah.
I'm so
Me
ready.
too. Me too.
I'm ready to buy a fucking jetpack.
I want a jetpack
Give
too.
me a jetpack.
But yeah, I drive my liberal Corolla, so so I don't have to buy gas that often.
Yeah, I have a hybrid Camry, so it cuts my gas in half.
Oh
See,
yeah.
I think the
I want one of
hybrids
You guys
are better
both
than the
driving
electric car.
Toyotas.
The hybrid, yeah.
I think
Sport in
isn't the
China.
hybrid better than an electric car because an electric car only goes so far and then you got to like stop and plug it in and
Yeah, but think about it this way: you're never gonna.
Oh, they
run-
it's
go-
like a
they hold the same
260 mile range or something.
Cars.
No, you can still go 300 miles on an electric car. Like a Tesla does 320 miles, I think, on their Model 3.
But then you got to find a place to plug in, right?
I mean,
No, you just plug it into a regular outlet.
yeah.
And where does that cost? Like you just go to like in the middle of nowhere, there's like a store that's just got a plug. You
Yeah,
can plug your
Walmart's
car in.
got them. Target's got them.
Wawa
And does
has
that
them.
cost you
Every
anything?
park in Pinellas County has them now. Every
Does that
park
cost
has a
any?
charger
Like what does that cost to charge your
Not the
car?
same as gas.
Yeah, not the same as gas.
It's cheaper.
But we got to think about it this way: in an electric car, every day you're driving like what 20 miles to work or whatever. But then you 20 miles home, you just plug in. You should never run empty. Like really, like
Right.
you plug in, you fill up.
You just
Like,
can't travel with that car.
You can't travel long
You gotta-
distance unless you find the network. Like at Tesla, they have a pretty
Would
good
have-
network.
If you did a road trip, you would have to plot out
Yeah,
charging
Yeah,
points.
charging
Right.
spots.
yeah. But other than that, you won't rent empty. Like in gas, you can run empty. Like you can but there's gas everywhere. But
Yeah.
with an electric car, you shouldn't be running under like. 50
and how long
mile
does it
range.
take you to charge your car up? Like say you're on like a quarter.
Well, it depends on what kind of electric.
I got a quarter of electric left. I better plug up.
I know. Like I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I think if you do
I
a
have 8
regular
watts left.
it takes longer. If you
Yeah.
have the the fat plugs. It's
Yeah.
like a fast charge.
Well, you have to look at it. If it's a
And
110,
what's a fast
220.
charge? Half hour, hour,
I don't
10
know.
minutes.
Like I think they said 40 minutes for 80%. I think that's pretty much the average right
That's
now.
too long. I'm gonna stop and get gas
I know.
in and out.
I
That's
know.
why I
I'm
drive
there
a
for
66
2
no.
Well, what are you doing waiting till you're on empty before you charge, bro?
Exactly. Just plug it in.
But you were saying.
Well, you got to stop and eat
Jeez.
too, don't you?
That was so
Not 5
California when
times.
you just said, bro, charge up before you go out, brah.
Yeah.
And then I got to stop and plug in my car to get electricity that's made by fossil fuels. Like,
If what?
I just don't
Listen,
understand.
Jesus Christ.
I
You
just
need a
don't get it.
bitch book.
I guess I'm old and stuck in my ways.
Jesus.
Yeah. But like I said, you got to think about it like you should not run empty because you're always plugging in every night. Like when you
Of
get
course.
home. So
Yeah, your normal commute.
I
you
mean,
know.
we don't all have a poor education.
But say I want to
Alan
drive to
does,
Jacksonville.
but still. I mean, our schools had some money behind them. We're sorry, Alan. Yours
Right.
did not.
I didn't have an
You guys
electric car
Keep
class.
rubbing it in.
See, Tony had the luxury of having an electric car class when he was in school. I
Yeah.
didn't have that luxury.
I just-
We had overhead projectors.
I just do research. I just
Yeah.
do research.
Because you learned in
I guess,
school.
I
that
guess I'm
gave
not
you money.
interested enough to do research on it.
They didn't have electric cars when I was in school. They didn't even have cell phones when I was in school.
Yeah, me neither.
Like let alone electric cars. Like my first phone, I got my senior year of high school, and it was that brick Nokia phone.
Yeah.
Like it cost like $1,000.
Back
Your
in the
first
day,
phone you got your senior year of high school. My first phone I was like 20.
I know. I was 30, I was close to 30
Yeah.
Yeah.
when phones came out.
Well,
Well,
when
you're old.
I
Like
didn't-
directions, and you'd write the directions down.
we did MapQuest.
And then
too.
you would get a phone and
follow
call them and
back.
say, "Hey, I'm lost." All right, well, where are you? Okay, well, I see a Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Right, and it's just like
Yeah.
But
ridiculous.
do you think the technology now has crippled us to like if are all the
everybody
elects-
should be a genius these days. Like back in the
Disagree.
day,
Disagree.
no, back in the day
All right.
when you didn't know the answer to something,
But-
you just walked around not knowing.
Alan, hop in.
Now you can find the answer in 3 seconds.
But how many phone numbers do you remember?
I remember my very first phone number.
Do you know any numbers now?
No.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
But
what I
who
mean.
cares?
No, but I'm saying this
That's
is the point.
lazy-minded.
I mean, I know my girlfriend's number, my mom's number, my dad's number.
Strip
my
If I
friend
got
Andy's
arrested,
number.
I'd
Yeah,
be
I know
screwed.
numbers.
Your Coke dealer number.
Call.
Exactly.
I don't even know my wife's number on my phone.
This
I
is what I
think
need.
it's 7472. That's probably not it. I
I'm
don't
calling
know.
her right now.
Call her. Be like, we're just testing something. out. She'd laugh, actually.
but that's my point is that we like technology has crippled our minds because now we got so lazy and like we used
You're
to print
relying
out,
on them.
yeah, we used to print out MapQuest directions. Like I did my first road trip with printout.
I was a
MapQuest.
Rand McNally fan, bro. I didn't print shit out.
Right.
I
He
had,
had the
Rand
big map.
McNally.
He had the map in his glove box. He'd pull that bitch out.
Oh yeah, I
Rand
hated those.
McNally's, dude. You pull them out. Giant maps. They
Yeah,
just unfolded
I
the
hated
size
those
of your
things.
car. They were actually car covers at night.
There was also less traffic then, so you could take your eyes off the road longer.
That's true.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I did that
It's like,
anyways. And cars were made out of steel and not plastic, so when they hit each other, no one
Yeah.
died.
yeah.
Dude, I remember my first accident. My first car was a Saturn. That thing is made of fucking styrofoam.
Yeah.
When I bumper bended somebody, it just went.
Yep.
When I was 16, my first car was a 1967 Plymouth Satellite. It was like a fucking tank. And
Are you B-52s?
I had been driving for like 3 months, and I was coming down a corner, and I slid. My car started sliding. The road was wet, and I went up on someone's lawn, went all the way back across the street, took out a fence, and hit a house. And if I was not in that car, I would totally be dead. Like
Can
there's
you
no way. Like
queue
a
up
car this
Plymouth
year.
Satellite?
What?
B-52s, man. They got a whole song about a Plymouth Satellite.
Oh.
Did you ever rock that lobster or what?
Yeah, come on.
My first car was a 67 too. It was a 67 Cougar though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my
Are you
first
just
car.
gonna roam where you want to, or what?
Wrong.
Sorry, I love the B-52s.
I don't know that song.
And I don't give a shit.
They're cool.
I don't care who says they don't like a B-52s rock.
Oh, B-52s are
Rock
fantastic.
lobster.
They're a great,
Yeah, they're fun. They're
great
catchy.
band. They're eclectic.
They're like the Blink 182 of the time, like just catchy
Nonsense.
and everybody knows the
Nonsense.
songs.
That's a very weird reference there.
Yeah.
The Blink-182 of the time.
Blink 182 is like catchy, like they're all catchy
I
songs.
couldn't
You
even
know
tell
the
you a
words.
single
You can
song by
sing
Blink
them.
182.
Same thing as
I could name like
I
30.
named 6 B-52 songs just in conversation just now.
Think about it. Green Day,
They had
Weezer.
6
They're all like
songs?
catchy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a disappointment.
Can't
Look,
even with you guys, man. This one's too old. You're too young or dumb or something. I don't know.
I'm too poor.
Yeah, he's too poor. I don't have any good friends.
Screw you guys. Screw
Yeah.
you guys.
I want rich, knowledgeable B-52 people.
I like the B-52s. I don't have anything against them.
I don't want anyone who bitches about everything they watch. That's best you
Because
suck.
there's no
Blah,
good
blah,
shit
blah.
no more, man. It's all dribble.
Yeah.
Do you ever think maybe you're just tired and need to go to bed?
Maybe I'm just like watch too much shit, and it's just like everything's just kind of melding together.
I think the problem is you like movies like Pulp Fiction and like Thanksgiving 3.
he wants to be
I didn't
spoon-fed
say I
everything.
like
He
things.
wants to be
Yeah.
spoon-fed everything. He's like,
Here you go. Here
Yeah.
you go.
And
Here you go.
I did see last night, so that was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Did you see that yet?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah.
That was really good.
no, he doesn't care. It's the show's supposed to be about him, and we're
I
only
know.
talking
We're
about
talking
other
about
things.
shots. So who's your favorite James Bond?
Yeah, let's talk about James Bond. What do you
I'm
got?
not a huge James Bond fan, but
All right,
I
we
think
gotta
my
go.
favorite-
Woo! Look at the
I think my
time.
favorite movie is Skyfall. That one.
All right, see,
That's what we
we
were
all
just telling
agree.
Tony.
Everyone's
Yeah.
agreed. Skyfall's the best.
Bond
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
I've only watched one of the new. I don't even know which one I saw.
There's
last.
37 Bond movies.
Oh
You've
no,
only
I've seen
one?
I've seen majority.
Oh, okay.
I've seen all of. No, I'm talking about the new ones.
Here's a fun fact.
Uh,
I've never seen a Sean Connery James Bond movie.
I've seen all of them.
Okay.
I
Well,
think they're. All
I grew up with Roger Moore, and he was like my James Bond. And
Yeah.
then
Timothy
I just
Hutton.
watched him from there. Yeah, Timothy Dalton,
Dalton.
Pierce
Dalton.
Brosnan. I just never
Timothy
saw a
Hutton.
Sean Connery one. I need to watch the Sean Connery ones. Obviously.
They're really
They're
good.
horrible.
I just haven't.
I love them.
They're dumb.
You don't like him?
It's the '60s.
They're old.
Like, what do you-
stupid. So is he.
Roger Moore was the shit.
This motherfucker.
Yeah.
Man,
I mean,
with the,
I like Sean Connery, I guess, but
man with the golden gun.
you know,
Yeah.
he's
Awesome.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
Donald Pleasance.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, my favorite actor is Nick Cage, so you can gauge my
Uh huh.
from there.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
I like Nick Cage.
I think he's great.
Yeah.
I think he's underrated.
Of course.
Uh huh. He
Yeah.
just had bad luck, and he just had to sign
Wild
on
at
for
heart.
every movie. He literally had to sign on for every movie that he got offered. So he
Yeah.
didn't have a choice because he just hit financial bad times.
Well, I don't
So-
know anything about his personal life, but I just
I
like
do.
his-
No, I mean, that's why he did a lot of bad movies.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're Nicolas Cage films.
He
They're
did
great.
He did a lot of bad movies.
Yeah, they're not bad.
No, he
He
there's
quit.
I
I
believe-
quit.
no, his daughters knocking at the door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Oh my God, where'd Joe go? Was he just abducted by aliens?
Pretty much. And my cat just jumped in the room as soon as the door opened.
Good. Let's see her.
Come on. Come on. Come on. You jump on me all the time. Okay. Go ahead. There you go.
Oh, she's young.
No, she's old.
She's old. She's old.
She's little.
She's
A
9.
runt.
She's little.
Yeah, she's very little. But
What's her name?
Gina. My kid.
Cheetah.
Gina.
Gina.
Yes.
Love it.
Gina. Yeah, she got I adopted her at ASPCA. She was found in the ghetto of Philadelphia, and she was found like in the corner of a basement in the ghetto. So
Stop talking about my mom.
that was a fun night too. Anyway,
Sorry, my children are here.
that's all right. As we were talking about
Why is the
children,
cat drooling everywhere?
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
she's just enjoying the rub.
Jesus.
Like she's drooling everywhere. Like what is happening
What did my
right
children do to her?
I don't know.
now? Probably ate one of your
Did they
edibles.
get you? Did you give her an edible?
Maybe. I got a job when I was shoving them in quickly.
Good times.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Good times.
What I miss? I was gone. Sorry.
Oh,
Nothing.
I was petting my pussy.
I just okay. I
We met Gina. That was it.
Dude,
I
is
just
something
had a
wrong with
baby.
Your cat.
audience.
Does she do that?
I don't know if the audience does,
Whatever she drinks a lot.
but I just had a
Oh.
baby on Thursday, and to give the wife some relief, I brought the other two children. Me and Alexa are waiting patiently in the lobby of this place.
Nice.
So they're just like, oh, I went out there. Lex is basically undressed again. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, are we leaving? I was like, put your clothes on.
Is that kids? The life of kids? They just take all their clothes off
Dude,
all the time.
my daughter does. The moment she gets home from school, it's 8 feet in the foyer, and she's completely undressed,
Trailer
backpack
clothes.
down. And then she's in the fridge, gets a popsicle, gets up on the couch, and turns on YouTube. Doesn't matter if I've been paused or.
I want
whatever.
to start doing that.
Yeah.
I want to just come home and just.
Throw
Yeah,
all your clothes off
You're
and
allowed,
watch
you
YouTube.
can do that, sir. I'm sure your wife wouldn't have a problem with that.
She wouldn't.
Yeah.
No.
So what?
Yeah, I do that every night after when I get home from work at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And how many times has the pastor said stop it? None.
well, that one time. No,
Well,
we don't talk about that one
he
time.
encouraged it.
Yeah, he did.
Ah, Father O'Malley wants to touch your hiney. Let me play your bagpipe, boy.
Is that your priest from the X Files movie?
Yes. What? I don't know.
He was like Scottish and he was a
Oh.
child. Toucher.
That's my go-to Irish because half my family's Irish.
Oh.
That's how my grandmother sounds.
That's funny. I shot a movie in Georgia, and the priest was like
Oh.
Irish. And
Yeah.
he had
I thought you were
a
gonna say I shot
bad
a movie in
accent.
Ireland.
He had a bad accent.
Yeah,
My grandmother's like, Joseph, have me the aluminum fur.
what?
Yeah. What? The aluminum fur. It's in the cabinet above your head. What? I'll make a baked potatoes. Give me the aluminum fur.
Food? What?
Yeah. Oh, baked potatoes. Foil. I hear you.
We're
Okay,
all
I get it
baked
now.
potatoes.
Yeah. Dude, I'm Irish. We will eat some fucking potatoes now.
I love potatoes.
Man, my
Potatoes
uncle
are
used to
good.
just eat them like raw.
Oh,
Just
no.
start eating them.
No, I can't do that.
I'm like, are you gonna wash it? Ah, fucking tastes like a pig shit.
He'd eat it with the skin and everything.
Yeah,
Oh.
raw.
I mean, I like the skin.
Dude, like in the car.
I
I
like
like
the
one in
skin
his
cooked.
coat pocket.
Yeah.
Well, I remember I was going to the grocery store with him one time, and he pulled a potato out of his coat pocket and started eating it.
Oh my god!
And I was just
what the-
like,
like a
that's
cotton.
savage, man.
yeah. And I was like, what the? He's like, you never know when you're not gonna have another potato. I was like, Jesus.
You never know when you're gonna not have another potato.
Yeah.
I've
mean-
never had that concern in my entire life.
Well,
Me
Irish
either.
people,
You
man.
just go to the store and they're just there.
Yeah, well, not back in the day. Ireland lost all the potatoes, and like apparently
Oh my
it
God.
radiates through inheritance. Because I'm the same way. Don't touch my fucking potatoes. That's what I say to my kids all the time.
Oh
Yeah,
my god!
8-pound bag of potatoes every day.
That's
I don't know why I can't lose weight.
Wow.
Yeah, I just get it fatter.
So in your off time,
Potato.
what do you like? What engulfs your time? What when you're not working, when you don't have anything, when you actually get time off? What do
The
you
same as
generally
it does all men, masturbating.
do?
Well, I actually wish that I had more time. You know, the last 2 years between editing, Creature Performing, and then Alien Planet, I haven't had a free moment. My free
Yeah.
moments were consumed by Alien Planet, prepping for the film. But normally, you know, it's simple things: watching movies with my wife, hanging out with the cats. We like to go on trips, wine tasting. Big winos, so we love that. We love going
Nice,
solving.
good.
and-
Alcoholics. I love you.
Say what?
I said alcoholics. Yay! Everybody's an
Yeah,
alcoholic.
it's good.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah, it's legal.
Yeah. Yeah. Good times.
I have
Yeah, I
a
like
question.
everything.
Oh.
I don't really have any beef with doing anything.
Alien Planet. How did you raise your funding for that? Was that a Kickstarter, or did you get
It's
find a-
Indiegogo.
Indiegogo. Did you find private investors at all? Did you go like have to pitch?
It was all Indiegogo.
Yeah. What was the final budget, if you don't mind us asking?
We raised 67,000.
Damn,
Nice.
that's not bad, man.
No,
How many
really
days
got the
did you
movie
shoot?
made.
15 days? 18 days of shooting?
30.
30?
30.
I thought you
3
said
days.
It
Wow,
cut
you shot
out.
for 30
All I heard
days?
was
Wow.
30
That's
days.
a
That's a long.
long
Yeah.
shoot.
Dude, I couldn't even do that with $1 million.
Nah.
We only got we got 19 days.
Yeah, seeing Evil,
Oh,
we
shooting.
shot.
I thought you said how long was the campaign?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
How long did you shoot?
12 days.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
More like it.
Okay.
Now the waterfall makes sense.
All right, we had 75 on Seeing Evil, and we shot 24 days, I think.
Yeah.
But we had so many freaking locations, like it was ridiculous.
Well, we did actually. Technically, there was 14. There was 2 preliminary days in September before principal photography, but principal was only 12 days.
How many sets? Do you have to build any sets?
No, there was 4 locations.
Nice.
That's how you do it.
Any props, weapon props, that kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm. Tons.
Who built
Tons
your
of prop.
props?
Huh?
Who built all your props?
We had different artists. So I had, between all the puppets, the monster suits, the props,
I want to see a
we
puppet.
had Scott Fields, we had Tom Devlin, we had Todd Tucker, Alexis Payanessa, and Tim Phoenix.
Nice. That's great, man. How many weapons in the movie are featured? Do they have guns and that kind of stuff?
They have two weapons. Yep.
Nice. Phasers, lasers, or
Phasers are lasers, aren't they?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think phasers are lasers in the Star Trek world.
They can set their phasers to stun,
Mhm.
or phasers to lasers.
Set your phasers to lasers.
Sounds like an Irish limerick.
Yeah. Oh, set your phasers to lasers and wear your blazers.
So we set our phasers to lasers for
Right.
sure.
That's great. That's really cool. I'm very interested, man. I want to see the movie. I can't wait, dude.
Did you see my spec trailer at all?
No, I don't think so, dude. I just had a baby on Thursday. I've missed a lot in the last 2 weeks because before that we were going to the doctors every day. I haven't been on social media really until yesterday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, other than to post shit about my
Well, if you
beautiful
guys-
baby.
If you guys get bored, go to alienplanetfilm.com.
We'll link it to the thing.
Definitely,
Yeah.
we'll put
I'll
the
put a
link
link
in
in
there.
there. Yeah. Send me
You
the
Yeah.
can
link.
see
Yeah.
the spec trailer we shot about a year ago, actually today, and that's what we used to raise the money with.
Maybe I did see that. I don't know. I know that when we were supposed to go out to Germany, I kind of researched you quite a bit to
Mhm.
figure out, because I wanted to get to know you and that kind of
Who's this
stuff.
asshole I'm going to have to share a room with?
Yeah. What is he? I'm gonna cuddle with him.
He's a great cuddler, by the way.
I
Great
am,
cuddler.
man.
It's
I
great.
am.
It's like a bear.
Everyone says so.
It is. It's
Yeah.
it's very nice. He's very
From
gentle.
Children to pastors.
He's very gentle.
But congrats on your baby, though, man.
Thank
That's
you, man.
awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, she's great. She's beautiful. I'm very happy, and I'm a very tired dad right now. I got 2 kids out there that are gonna beat this door down any minute. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But I'm happy. She's great. The wife is great. The wife gets very sick when she gets pregnant. She gets it's called preeclampsia and a thing called HELLP syndrome. Some women get it once. If you get it twice, you're an anomaly. She's had it every pregnancy. So
Bummer.
yeah, it what happens is it basically kills her. The enzymes,
They
the
attack her
child,
system, right?
yeah, the child basically starts pulling everything out of her, and it destroys her liver. Basically, makes her liver stop working. So
But
that's
is
why.
it something you can recover from?
Yeah. As soon as the baby's out, the body just goes back to normal. But
That's
if the
good.
baby stays in there, it could kill her, which
Yeah.
is why they took our baby 4 weeks early.
Oh,
Because
wow.
her HELLP syndrome was getting so bad that she couldn't.
Yeah.
Nothing was working. Her every level in her body was off. She couldn't wake up.
I'm glad that everything's good now, man.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
thank you, man. I'm just happy the baby's healthy and she's got all her fingers and toes and she passed all her tests.
And your wife's alive.
My wife's I love her so much.
Yeah.
And
She's going to watch this. She's like,
yeah,
I spent
dude,
2 hours.
she's great, man. My wife is fantastic. She's really a sport. And, she's beautiful. I love her. I love you, baby.
Babies.
Yeah.
Babies.
I love her too.
Yeah, that won't stop her.
Get her
So don't
done.
even play.
So she's like, call
Yeah, literally. Yeah, she's like, give me his number. All right.
me.
Want to ride in my Tesla, baby? I'll charge you before I go, bro.
So,
Do you go to convention stuff like Comic Cons and all that
yeah,
stuff?
who's your manager, and do you need one?
I don't. I have a representation.
Nice.
Actually, I spoke to your manager a while ago, Joe. She was very sweet.
Tabitha.
Tabitha.
Yeah, she's great, man.
Mm-hmm.
She represents like 90% of the Power Rangers.
Yeah, that's what she was saying.
Yeah.
Which one does
Yeah,
does she not represent?
He's one of the blue ones from season 9.
One of the blue ones. Yeah, no, she's great. I have a rep for on camera, rep for international, and then I also have a separate one for appearances for the convention circuits.
Yeah.
And we did awesome in 2019. Conventions obviously took a big hit and they're still recovering, but
Yep.
2019 was a hell of a year with Godzilla and everything. So that was a lot of fun. We went to quite a few cons and signed autographs and had panels and all that stuff.
Yeah. I love cons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot of them too for Stranger Things, which is awesome.
Yeah, I got I finished this year off with 2 conventions.
Nice.
I was pretty sad at the beginning of the year because we were coming off a movie in December, and then COVID hit again this year at the beginning of this year, and I wasn't doing anything.
You guys had it extra hard in Florida because you guys just have wildfires of fucking outbreaks.
Oh, dude. Well, not
We have
only,
a gazillion old people that live here.
yeah,
That's what it
that
was.
too, that too. But as far as work went, you and I were supposed to be in Germany in March, right? Was it March of this year to shoot Hell on Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that got pushed because of COVID. So then I didn't have any work,
Yeah.
and then there's no auditions. And then I was like, dude, this is like I'm crashing into the 2022 pretty bad. But then
It seemed like 2021 was harder than 2020 because 2020 everything shut down. We were all figuring it out still, whereas 2021 we were trying to come back, but shit's not coming back quite
right,
Yeah.
yeah,
Florida don't give a shit. We're just
Nah,
like,
it's
we're
all-
doing whatever
Yeah.
we want now, and who
Yeah.
cares?
yeah, basically.
Dude, I just went to a
But there's
concert
no
a couple
work
weeks
here,
ago.
though.
Like 100,000 people just crammed
Oh,
together.
good. Now we're all gonna get it again.
Yeah.
We can
I don't
just
know
go
if I'd be
there.
comfortable going to that, man. I'd be terrified.
I don't
I'd
want
go.
to do that shit either.
Nah, whatever.
Too many people.
See, you know he's old because he didn't give a fuck anymore. He's like, no, I'm gonna go watch
He's
fucking.
ready to go.
Hey.
I'm gonna
I
go
got-
watch the Bengals.
I got vaccinated. It was supposed to work.
It's not. No, it's not a fucking
put my
cure-all.
I put my faith in the government.
Oh my
That I'm
God,
not
that's
gonna
your
get
first
sick.
Problem. You don't like Ghostbusters and you trust your government? Are you Russian?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah. Where'd they brand you?
Where's your microchip?
Yeah, are you streaming 5G from your molars?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that where the interference is coming from?
Yeah.
That's funny.
What do you got next? What's coming up next? Anything you can talk about?
I got an email today of something. I don't know any of the details, but I'm hoping it happens because then I will have something awesome to talk about.
Oh,
Nice.
Then we'll bring you back on then.
Yeah. Star
Hell
Wars
yeah.
related? Is it a multiverse related thing?
Oh,
Are you in the next Marvel film?
oh,
Guardians
It's
4?
interesting because I foresee, just based on how things always work for people, I imagine I'll probably eventually be in a Marvel movie before Star Wars because I don't know anything about Marvel. I don't watch the movies. I don't really have any attachment
Well, if
to
you get a
them.
role in it, you better.
yeah.
So I imagine that I'll probably book one of those first because usually it's when you have your heart like desiring something real bad is when it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And when it's something like, oh wait, what's Super Who?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll be part of it.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is like,
You're like Mr. Fantastic.
Well-
All right, I'll play him, I guess.
Well, the thing about getting Marvel, they don't even tell you what the project is. They just tell you about a part that you're auditioning for, and then they don't even tell you what project it is, what movie it is. They don't even.
That
give you
Star
I
details.
just auditioned right on Wednesday. I auditioned, and then Thursday we had the baby. But Wednesday, I had an audition come in, and the email from my agent said what it was for. But when I went to Actors Access to look at the breakdown, you know how you do, right? You get the script and everything.
Mhm.
It was titled something else and said, "Do not tell anyone what this is."
Yep.
Yeah,
What
my
was it?
agent said it in my email to me.
I'm shocked that call was on Actors Access. That's surprising.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It was an email directly to me.
Yeah.
To my agent, I guess. We work a lot. There's a big casting director here out of Atlanta called Feldstein in Paris. I don't know if have you ever had audition for them?
Mm-mm.
They do everything from Atlanta. They did all of Black Panther. They do Sugar. They do um, Stranger Things. They do what's the other one shot out of Atlanta? Atlanta
Atlanta.
with Childish Gambino.
Mhm.
They do that, but there's another one, something like that. Anyway, they do all those, and now I guess they're doing this other thing. I just got the audition for, so I'm very
That's
excited.
cool, dude. Hope you book it.
Dude. I don't think about them. Like when I do, how do you feel after an audition? Do you think about it all week? You're like, man, if I had just said this way instead of that way, I'd know by now. You know?
Not that kind of thinking, no. I think about like if it's like I've auditioned for quite a few really big ones this last year that I was like second runner up, and then
Yeah.
nepotism chose first runner up.
And then the guy got claustrophobia, and they called you back.
Then they call me back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of those ones I think about after because I think about how huge of an opportunity it would be and how
Sure.
much it would change my life.
Right.
But I don't ever think about the things like if I said this line, I don't do that because I'm more of a performer of what feels real in the moment.
Right.
And so if a line comes out the way it comes out, if I think I should have said it different, then it wouldn't have been real.
Right.
And I feel like the performance would be disingenuous. And so I don't think about those kind of things because I'm a true believer and my gut is usually never wrong. And so I go with it and I don't turn back. So
Yeah. Good. Yeah. I don't even think about them. After an audition, I walk away and I forget about it. And I don't think about it because if you dwell on it, it doesn't
Drive you
matter
crazy.
anyways. You don't know if you're going to get it or
It's
not.
done.
You may not know for
Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah.
You may not hear anything for 2 months, and then all of a sudden you get a call. You booked a
I got a
gig.
call 5 years later once for something.
Wow.
That's a long one.
You're like, you got the part. I did? In what?
Which part?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. There was one where he called me and he's like, "Yeah, we talked about this and that and this so many years ago," and I was like, "What?" And I had to go through my email and I found it and I was like, "I didn't even know you fucking existed anymore."
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I get that for my
That's crazy.
voiceover auditions. Whenever I do voiceover auditions, because I do like 20 of them at once. So I don't even like after I do
Yeah.
the audition, I just send it. I don't even know what it was anymore. But the scripts, I already forgot the script, and I just move on to
Yep.
the next one. Like literally, I just do them back to back.
I
to back.
forget the
Some
script
numbers
as
game,
I'm
man.
saying them in the audition. Like, as I say the words, they're leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I also, when I'm recording self tapes and stuff, I'll never do more than like 5 takes because it's always take 2 or 3. That's the best.
For sure.
Yeah.
If you do more, you
I
change.
I send in what they have on paper as take 1. Then I do it differently, and if I feel like improving, I improv in it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I send that as take 2.
Man, Stanley Kubrick would have hated you guys. He wants to do 150 takes.
Yeah, well, nonsense. If you don't have that shit by take 7,
Right.
you're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
I don't go over 7 takes.
Yeah.
Well, I also find, since COVID, one thing that really SAG's not talking about, but they should, is we should be paid for auditions now because I've had so many where it consumes my whole fucking day
Uh-huh.
for one audition
Yeah.
because there's so much involved and they want it edited together.
Yeah,
They
we're
want
doing all of it
delivered in
now.
a certain file. And it's like the casting team now, they just fucking sit there and do nothing. And it's like, that's what you're paid for.
Not only that,
I want to
I,
be back.
I need to get in the room with these motherfuckers. This
Yeah.
video shit, you're not getting my personality.
Nope.
Because I get 5 or 6 seconds ahead of time when I come in and shake your hands and say, I'm Joe. I can crack in a fucking funny joke or be a fucking idiot, trip over a trash, something fucking just to sell me more. You can't do that now.
Yeah.
You
Nope.
can't fucking sell yourself in a video audition like you could in a real
Yep.
audition. That being
And
said,
I never thought I'd say that sending in a videotape takes more time than LA traffic to go to a physical audition. In
yeah,
a million years, I would never thought I'd say those words, but what they're asking you to do now, it does. And
Yeah.
I've turned down auditions because the amount of time I knew it would take, and I weighed the pros and cons of if the job's even worth me spending a whole day auditioning.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I got to set up my camera equipment. I got to set up the light, make sure the light's good. Then after I'm done, I got to
And memorize the fucking sides.
Yeah, and then I got to memorize the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. The auditioning process has definitely changed in our industry.
Well, that being
over the
said,
last
I
year.
remember a distinct conversation I had many years ago with an agency out of Miami. I had an audition for some big movie, and I said, I have to drive to Miami for this audition? I'm like, it's only like 4 lines. And they're like, yeah, you have to drive to Miami. I said, can't I just send a tape in? And they were like, what the fuck are you talking about? For real. And I was like, I can audition myself at my house. I have all the equipment. And they're like, no, we don't take self tapes. That's not a thing.
And now that's the only thing they want.
And now it's the only thing they want.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
well.
remember back in the day when people were applying to be on Real World or Road Rules?
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
tapes, like those, like they had to do VHS tapes,
Yeah.
and they were sending those away. That
I never
process.
sent any in.
The one good thing about all of it is now editing is remote. Whereas
Yeah.
before we had to go into an office,
Mhm.
and now
Yeah.
we just log
Yeah.
into the computers. That's a good thing.
Yeah, you can just hop on the network and use trade. Like if I'm working on it here, I can like send it to you. Like not even just to log into my network and you'd be able to play with it there.
You know what
That's
I still don't understand? Residuals. I still don't know how that shit works. Because I'll go onto my residual tracker, and it's like, these months blocked out, checks sent or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been waiting for a checks, like 4 checks, for like 6 months now.
You need to call SAG. It sounds like.
Yeah. Like, what is? I'm like, I don't understand.
You got to make sure your address is correct.
It is. I got some not too long ago, but I'm waiting on the Stranger Things ones. They should have been in like 3 weeks ago. They're still not in. And then when
Well,
I
that's
went,
because Netflix is trying to screw you.
Also the post office.
probably.
But remember, the
You're
post
not.
office has been going under a lot of scrutiny because of their delivery system has been slowed down a lot.
Dude, they lost. We sent out 3 different rent checks.
Yeah.
They lost all of them.
Yeah,
All of
it's
them.
Wow.
horrible. The
All of them.
USPS right now is
Yeah.
horrible. Like
I had to hand deliver my rent check because I was like,
Yeah.
we've sent.
I
it
do that
3
every week.
times.
Yeah, I do that every month. I
Yeah.
just handle it because I don't even deal with it
Yeah.
anymore. Like it's not the USPS is that bad.
Maybe that's where they're at. They're just in limbo. What about you? Are you having trouble getting yours?
Hmm.
He said silently.
No.
He's like, no, I love SAG and I get all of my money. Thank you.
Everything is perfect.
Well, everything should be just digital now. Like, just send me a PayPal.
Yeah,
Just-
Venmo me fucking
Yeah.
cash, bitch.
yeah, seriously. Like, why are we still working with paper checks? We have, like, I could send money to the guy in Bulgaria on Payoneer now, and it takes 15 seconds.
Yeah.
But I can't get a check to like 5 miles down the
That's-
road.
Why I refuse to do commercials.
Like, it's
Because
ridiculous.
commercials, they take them 60 to 90 days to
Yeah.
pay you.
Yeah.
Dude, Level still owes me a commercial from I did like 6 years ago. I was in like a
Bullshit.
Bright House commercial and never got the money. And I messaged them and
Yeah.
nothing.
I literally just go through my agent. Like,
Fuck
hey, I
it.
didn't get paid yet. Oh, 30 days. I was like, okay. Then I call back 30 days later. 30 days. What?
Yeah, all right, cool. I'll just tell my electricity that I'll pay them in 90 days.
Yeah, that's literally how.
Yeah.
That's why mail, like, it's terrible.
I don't know. I guess I didn't even think about that.
Just start doing that.
Well,
Like
my
when you go to
question
the
was that,
doctor and
like-
you're sitting in the waiting room for an hour, like bill them.
Yeah.
Here's my bill for me waiting an hour to get into you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's some balls.
That'd be badass,
That's
right?
a ball move if you do that. You send them an invoice. Yeah.
Well, if I have to call, I always say that. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I get paid like $250, like ridiculous. Like, I should be getting paid to be on hold right now. I've been sitting on hold for an
Exactly.
hour.
Dude,
Like-
we have been on hold with the hospital
Our
because
time doesn't matter.
we're trying to, add our baby into our insurance and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
We called our insurance company on the way to take our baby to the pediatrics. Was on hold the entire way there, which is about 20 minutes. We were on hold the entire time our daughter is being looked at by the pediatric. And all the way home.
Yeah.
Never once did they pick up. I was like, okay, fuck this is stupid. Anyways.
Wow. Oh,
But I was going to say, yeah, I was just curious if you were having any issues with SAG.
No, I haven't had any.
Yeah. Because I know they were going on strike and shit, and everyone wants to. They're trying to up the pay through streaming, which I don't know. I don't give a shit. I just want to act and be on shows.
yeah.
You
Same.
know, I'm not going to fight them and tell them you have to pay me more. Well, I'd have to hire you. Good point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
Like,
yeah. Stop bitching and just take your money.
I voted for the IATSE one. I voted to strike twice.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm
see,
all about it.
I don't know. I don't give a shit either way.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't bother me. Because if I'm not working, I'm not going to have money. And if I'm not auditioning because everyone's on strike, we're not going to have money anyways. So I'm just going to keep working, keep my mouth shut, and
Well,
keep working.
you'll have to do a little research into it. There's quite a bit of difference with pensions and residuals and stuff that should be different. And so
Yeah.
it was definitely the strike was needed, but it never happened because of certain corrupt things.
I don't I guess, man, but maybe I don't work enough to worry about the money. You know? Like I don't
Yeah.
I don't know. I just never thought about
Yeah, just
it.
you just haven't run into
Yeah.
those issues.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you go to rich schools, not worrying about money.
Yeah. Yeah. Duh.
Did you guys hear that? Oh. What are we talking about?
I don't know. You're a rich ass school, apparently.
But on that note,
Did you also have paper?
What?
He had paper as well. They gave him paper and pencils he could use.
We didn't. We had it right on the desk.
Yeah.
Well, we did that too, but the black marker. We couldn't. Never mind. We'll get into it.
Nice.
I don't want to get into it. But you know what? Thank you for joining us today. Thank you.
Yeah.
this
Well, I had
morning.
so
Thank
much
you for
fun.
your time. Thank you for joining us at Killer Collab podcast. It was wonderful.
Hell yeah!
Chris Lato.
Let's do a revisit soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, after Alien Planet comes out, we should do another one.
Absolutely.
Oh, I would
For
love
sure.
to.
Yeah.
Just let us know.
And send us the link to that,
Send us the link so I can put it in
and
the
let
description.
everybody know where to find you.
Yep.
Right now. Where
Plug
can they
it.
find you?
You can find me on all the social medias at Monster Maxon, or just search Alan Maxon and you will find it.
Nice.
Perfect.
Cool.
Alan Maxon, guys.
Good luck with the movie.
Stay happy. Stay healthy. Thank you for joining us on Killer Collab podcast. See ya.
Bye. Thanks,
Later.
Alan. Had a good time, buddy. Thank you.